Oh, wow. We're live. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Take Studio today in a much more chill vibe. We are going to do our very first watch party in here. We brought the coffee. Good morning from Oslo, wherever you are in the world. This is morning time in Oslo, so I have my coffee ready, and I have David Howell on this side of me, our chess expert at Take. And on this side, we have Odin, known to many in the chess community. He's a friend of Magnus. He used to hold the world record for the longest chess game ever played. It was broken shortly after.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
But you guys might try again.
Yeah, of course. I think we will, and in a spectacular manner.
Exactly. Fantastic. It's great to have you here. Odin just popped into the office just minutes before we came into the studio. This is going to be a chill day here at the Take offices. We're going to watch the final day of the World Cup. Today it will be decided either if we have a winner of the World Cup and if we have the third place winner, which will qualify for candidates, or if we will see tie breaks tomorrow. But it's likely today is the final day of the World Cup, so we're going to watch the action from India, and we're also going to build up to Title Tuesday. As always, we're going to cover Title Tuesday. Today is game week 13 in Split 1. It starts at 4:45, the game starts at 5, Oslo time, European time. Maybe we're going to be in here all the way up until Title Tuesday. Let's just see how long the games will be. David, you've been commentating on many of the World Cup games so far.
That's true.
It's been going on for almost a month.
Yeah.
Days can be long.
Longest month of my life.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's crazy, this tournament.
Yeah, it's been fun though. Like the games have been cool. There's been lots of surprises, lots of new names for everyone. So yeah, it's been fun. But the main thing today is Title Tuesday. This is just the warm up.
This is the warm up to Title Tuesday.
It's nice to be here with you, Kai, and the God of War, God of Wisdom, Odin.
Thank you. So you're in for a marathon as well today.
I mean, potentially we're going to give him some breaks, but potentially David is in here from now until 7-8 tonight.
It's a long day.
It's a long day of chess.
I got a good night of sleep. I'm ready.
I'm glad to hear. Okay, so let's start talking about what's going to happen in Goa, India today. So it is the final day of classical chess at the World Cup. We're going to watch the final. Game 1 was yesterday. Today is game 2. And then there's also the bronze final. And of course, there's so much prestige in winning the World Cup. But it's almost like it's more important, the bronze final, the third place match, because whoever wins that qualifies for the candidates. The 2 players in the final already qualified. But for Andrei Esipenko and Yakuboev, they are fighting for that final spot in the candidates.
It's just the biggest day of their lives.
Yeah.
Like they're 23-year-olds. They're so young still.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be life-changing in the candidates. It's huge money, huge exposure, probably sponsorships. Like even last place in the candidates is a bigger prize money than the difference between first and second, for example, in the tournament. So yeah, it's big. I think that's the main one. And Esipenko has the lead. So
has the lead.
I think that match probably is going to be decisive today. Like that game. The final, first and second, I think maybe might go to tie breaks.
Okay. Interesting.
That's my prediction.
I love it. We have predictions already. So third place match, it is between the Russian Esipenko and from Uzbekistan, Nordibek. Not the normal Nordibek, Abdusattorov, that we all know about. It's another Nordibek, Yakuboev. And he has to win today. He has to win today's game to have a chance to qualify for the candidates. He needs to make a comeback. He lost yesterday. And that should give us a good game, a good fight on that board, Odin.
Yeah, of course, it's really exciting, and as you say, he has to win. And often, when you're in that position, you tend to lose. So
you win or lose. It's normally quick and either painful or painless.
Exactly.
I think that's the one to watch, definitely.
Yeah. In the final, of course, huge prestige. If you win the World Cup, that puts you in the history books. That will be one of the biggest moments of your career. And in that final, we have young Sindarov against Wei Yi. A draw yesterday. Predictions here, David. Who's going to win the World Cup?
I had a feeling it was Wei Yi already, I think, just before the quarterfinals. I had a feeling he would get past Arjun, and then after that, he's playing down, like playing lowest rated opponents. So I still think Wei Yi, although he did look a bit tired on the during the match yesterday. He could have fought harder. He kind of bailed out with a draw when he didn't need to. So I think it will probably go to tie breaks. But I still think, like, I was looking through all World Cups that have ever been played, and the final, I think the younger person's only won 3 out of 15 times or something. So it's, I'll go for age, experience. Wei Yi. He's only 26, but
that was my question. Like, I remember him from Gibraltar Masters. I don't know how.
Did you play him?
I didn't play him, but I had I don't know if you can call it a conversation, because I spoke in English and I don't know how much he understood. It was more of a monologue, but I spoke with him for 5 minutes. He was quite young back then, and so much promise, and then he's sort of been around the whole time, but now this is probably his resurrection, and now maybe it's his time to shine.
He's really good friends with Ding as well, so he's probably seen what's happened with Ding over the last couple of years, and he's like, okay, now it's my turn to try and rise to the top. I played him actually in Gibraltar in 2015, and he was 15 years old. He was already 2,700. Ever 2,700. I think that's still a
2015.
His record. Wow. And then I played a 7.5-hour game and I beat him.
Wow! Yeah. So that's probably when I had the conversation with him. Then but then he didn't understand a word.
He's going to be China's hope in the candidates, and today he's hoping to win the World Cup. The games start in 4 minutes. And we're going to be in here following, chilling, drinking coffee, sodas, having a good time. And we want to talk to you guys. Join us on YouTube or Twitch. Take is the channel. And write to us.
I'm going to get the chat
Kaya
up.
looks like she just woke up. Not far from true. Morning, guys.
I look worse.
Morning, Captain Sunshine 64. It's great to have you join us. And I'm going to pay attention to the chat, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Morning and welcome to all of you. We are getting ready for World Cup action. It is the final day of classical chess from Goa, India. And after that, Title Tuesday is going to happen. It's game week 13, the final day in split 1. Magnus Carlsen has already won split 1. But he wants to finish in style. So we expect to see Magnus play some chess later today as well. And a bunch of people will drop by the studio today. We're going to call up some people. We're simply going to have a good day. I'm looking forward to it.
Are you going to play Title Tuesday later, Odin?
Yeah, I've always wanted to play like...
I don't think I've seen your name on there.
No, the thing is, Tuesdays are so filled up with activities with the kids and so on, so it takes a lot of effort just to be able to play it, but I really want to.
Got to get your priorities right, man.
I have to.
But yeah, I remember like I used to late join Title Tuesday, like after finishing work or after life duties, and then I would late join a few rounds in, and then once we played.
I remember.
Tuesday, and then you were crushing me. I was like, I can't let this happen. I can't lose.
I remember the game, but you played some silly opening, and then all of a sudden the game turned a bit serious, and I thought, well, I'm actually quite much better here. And then like awful time scramble in like a probably drawn rook endgame.
I managed to trick.
You managed to trick me in the end, but I once thought like, is there someone else playing on David's account? Is it his friend or something like that? Because I didn't expect to be better in the game. So.
It's Title Tuesday. It's just a bit of fun. But I've got a quiz for you, Odin. Can you name all of the World Cup winners?
No chance. No chance.
Wow.
That's hard.
I don't know if I can. I even looked at it like a few days ago, and
How long does it go back?
Since 2005.
Okay.
Before that, it was actually the FIDE World Championship, and then they had a merger.
So 9 or 10 including this one, or 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's every other year.
Yeah. One player's won it twice.
Wow.
Only one?
Only one. Yeah.
Has Magnus ever won it?
Yes, in 2023.
Yeah, he's won it
Aha.
once.
So he kind of, he actually got knocked out quite early a few times, Magnus. But he got to
Quite
the
a
semi-finals.
brutal event.
Yeah, Magnus
Like
got to, I
knockout.
think, the semis when he was 16 years old, and then lost.
Huh. Okay, so this is a quiz for everyone at home as well.
This is a good
No
quiz.
Wikipedia, don't look it up.
What? We don't have a prize for this, so
Just honor.
there's no point. There's just no point in cheating. Just search your brain.
Yeah, I
we're-
suck at pub quiz, so I'm going to start my own quiz here on the
I
channel.
love it. And I love quizzes like that, like the ones where you really have to think.
Yeah, it's really hard. And
This is a good one for
Can you name
Odin as
3?
well.
Can you name 3?
I
We've got
probably
Magnus.
can.
We got Magnus.
I got one. I got one. Okay, so most recent history.
While you think, I can see now from the official broadcast that Yakovir Sindarov is sitting by the board with the white pieces. No, that was from yesterday because he should have the black pieces today. Here we go. This one. The players are getting ready right now, and we're gonna see handshakes. Wei Yi has the white pieces. Sindarov has the black pieces in this game too. They played a draw yesterday. The big final is between these two. One of them will win the World Cup for the first time. These two are not on that list.
And I don't think a Chinese player's ever won. So it'll be the first time if it's
Ooh.
Wei Yi. And there's never been an Uzbek.
Yeah, probably not.
Although, yeah, Kazim Janov did win when it was the World Championship, not the
Yeah.
World Cup. Beating Adams in the last in the final. Grr.
Ah.
Grr.
Okay, so has an English player ever won?
No.
Give us some other countries.
Just name some top players and you've probably got them.
I feel like Levon must have won it.
He's
once.
twice.
Levon.
Yeah. Levon is the twice guy. Aha.
Wow.
Twice, yeah.
Topalov ever?
No.
No?
But I think back when it was the FIDE World Championship,
Then,
but
yeah.
not the World Cup.
All right. JC on Fix on YouTube says 1E4. Okay, Wei Yi. Here we go. Is that what we see on
Yeah.
the board? The games have started. The final day of classical chess. Maybe the final day of the World Cup 2025
Yeah.
has started.
Oh no, I did say it's going to be a quick draw between Wei Yi and Sindarov. I think there's going to be a quick draw.
Really?
Sorry, everyone.
They're just going to go all out for tiebreaks.
Wei Yi's just really tired. He's playing a well-known drawn line. Maybe we can show those games on the screen soon. I don't want to be the doomsayer. They want to start prepping for Title Tuesday. Here we go. Wei Yi's white, Sindarov's black. And Sindarov actually had this exact position in the semi-finals. And after knight takes knight, no, pawn takes an e5.
And then it's
And then it's like d takes c3, e takes f6. Everything just comes.
everything just comes off the board, yeah.
It was like a super boring draw.
Oh no. Let's see.
Yeah, because yesterday Wei Yi had black and like he had a big advantage like if he wanted it, and he didn't want it. He just wanted to get the game done. So this is for everyone at home. This is the 4 knights opening. Here we go. Here we go.
This looks good. We
see
have the
the
clocks.
Beautiful faces.
Yes, beautiful. Graphics are up. We have the bar up there. We have the board. We see the clocks. And we're not seeing a very promising position in terms of fighting chess.
All the knights are off the board.
Yeah. Is there a reason why I took with the D pawn and not
Yeah, I guess the white bishop just wants to get
just
out.
want to quick development?
Yeah, and last time Sindarov brought his bishop out. Oh wait, did he play c6? No, he played bishop c5 last time. So maybe Wei Yi's got like a small surprise up his sleeve, but
Let's hope.
I mean it's so drawish. Nigel Short once lost this position with white,
Okay.
but I think he's like the only grandmaster to ever lose this. With white, you're
With
normally
white, yeah.
with white, you're normally quite safe. Oh, we're gonna see queens come off the board as well. Look at this.
Oh,
Okay, it's gonna be a short stream, everyone.
quite a good prediction. So you're having a watch party tomorrow as well.
Well, luckily there's, I mean,
The other game will definitely.
the other
last.
game will definitely be a fighting game. And to be fair, even if, winning World Cup is huge, just that final spot in the candidates. It's so prestigious. It's so huge for those two young players, Esipenko and Norderbeck. So we're going to be in here. We're going to follow that game. We're going to have fun. We're going to chill. We're going to drink coffee. Good morning to everyone. Join us in the YouTube and Twitch chat. Share your comments if you have any questions for David, for Odin, and for other people coming in here today. Do share.
Someone wants me to make a take calendar for 2026. Topless calendar? I think that's not what we're here for.
You've been naked on camera before, David.
That's true.
Several times.
That's true.
In the sauna.
In the sauna.
And in the cribs.
Yeah, that's.
We surprised you. We made like a cribs. We visited David.
Oh, nice.
Home.
It's a nice crib, yeah.
It's a nice crib.
MTV.
And David was surprised. Opened the door.
Oh dear, this
Okay. But good prediction, and it seems like this is going to be a draw.
Sometimes you can just tell when a player like has
Plays
a match
this, yeah.
strategy and they're
Yeah. So what's the strategy like?
He just thinks he's gonna win in rapid. I don't know.
That's basically
He's beaten. I mean, they've both been very good in.
like Magnus did in the World Championship against Karana. And
It's like on one hand, it looks a bit cowardly, like drawing quickly with white. Like anytime I make a quick draw with white, I'm like, oh god, I feel ashamed. Like I don't have any honor. I should at least try and fight. But then on the other side, you're showing confidence. You're saying, I'm gonna draw this. I'm gonna beat you tomorrow. Like it's like I don't need white. I'm just a quicker, better player. But Synderov's really good at speed chess. So
I was gonna say like he must be a huge favorite.
yeah, I
Maybe
don't really
not
remember Wei playing much apart from like the tiebreaks here. He hasn't played so many Rapid and Blitz events. So I don't think huge favorite, but small favorite. Wei did beat Arjun Erigaisi in the tiebreaks, so clearly a good player himself. But Synderov, yeah, he's beat Nakamura earlier this year. He's beaten like some very good players.
Now, in terms of regulations here, when can this draw happen? What needs to do they need to reach a certain number of moves? What will happen here?
Yeah, they need to make at least 30 moves each.
Yeah.
And this is move, I don't know, 9 maybe?
No.
So still a while to go.
Okay.
But normally, if it becomes dead equal, like if all the bishops come off and it's just rooks, then they'll find a way to quickly repeat the position. And you kind of look at your opponent, you're like you know what's going on. And the opponent smiles back and it's like, yep, let's go have an early day.
Yep.
Let's have dinner together. No, maybe not.
Ooh, and they should probably then play Title Tuesday. Get
Exactly.
speed chess into their hands before
Warm up.
tiebreaks tomorrow. Oh, that's going to be cool to see. If these two probably play that quick draw, and at 5 o'clock today, CET, we see them sign up and play Title Tuesday. Synderov's been playing.
He's been playing, yeah. I don't remember where he playing, but Synderov's played quite a few Title Tuesdays. He plays Freestyle Fridays.
He has.
Oh, wow. I'm getting a gift. Thank you.
2 hours and do everything.
Asios,
Wow.
Asbjørn coming in with David's
Wow.
computer. And this means we can analyze.
We can do stuff.
Yeah, we can do stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Beautiful bishop. Oh, arrows. Oh,
Yeah, look at
ooh,
that.
look at the arrows. Oh, wow. Okay, that's not a square I can go to. Yeah, unfortunately, this 4 knights system, this is why it's actually like almost impossible to play e5 on move 1. I don't want to say that there's like if you want to win as black, it's hard on the top level to play e5. Just for everyone at home, e4, e5 nowadays, like knight f3, unless you're going to play like d6 and play a Philidor or
D5, the elephant gambit.
Odin's favorite, e5. Unless you're going to play, or d5, sorry, unless you're going to play the Latvian gambit or elephant gambit or something a bit crazy, then knight c6, it's hard to avoid this.
I have a funny story that's also from Gibraltar Masters. And your fellow countryman Nigel Short came up to us. We were just kids back then. We were analyzing the elephant gambit, and he says, if you're going to play some rubbish, you should play the Latvian gambit, which is actually more sound. And then we analyzed the elephant gambit, and then after I was black, and after like 20 moves or so, he just scrambled the pieces and said, but now I obviously played something wrong. So I beat him in the analysis, and I was, of course, my friends and I were really happy about that.
Nice.
So that's...
Playing a legend.
Yeah, legend of the game.
All right, let's see. Oh,
but I think he's correct that Latvian Gambit is probably better than the Elephant Gambit.
Latvian Gambit's more scary for white, maybe, but I don't know. I think it's really bad.
It's bad as well, yeah.
The problem is all these gambits are bad if the opponent knows what they're doing. And obviously these guys know what they're doing. So it's hard to take risks. And I guess Sindarov's not in a must-win situation, so it's fine for him to draw with black and move on. Oh wow, we're seeing some more moves. Bishop coming back.
No huge surprises, I guess, then.
Not really, unfortunately.
Livia Ackerman is saying on Twitch that Wei is trying to keep his streak. Pretty sure he hasn't lost a single classical game in any of the 6 World Cups he participated in.
Wow.
And that would be a crazy. That Wei hasn't lost a single classical game in the 6 World Cups he's participated in.
Wow. I remember he got to the quarterfinals when he was really young. Yeah, he must have lost in tie breaks.
Wow.
But then he should go for it in classical, right? If he's so good at classical.
Yeah.
Sindarov, like it helps being young, I think, because then you don't have this like trauma of having lost all these. I've got the trauma of losing in several World Cups. Sindarov doesn't. He's like, oh, I'm just here. I'm ready to win. Wei's never lost a classical game, so he's got like, there's no real scar tissue.
Yeah.
Just, you believe. You have lots of good memories.
How many World Cups have you played, David?
Just 2. I lost early both times, unfortunately.
You have better memory from Grand Swiss.
Exactly. Grand Swiss, I was very good.
Yeah.
Gibraltar, I was amazing.
Yeah.
World Cup, I was terrible my whole career. I lost in round 2, actually, to Arian Tari, who's going to be here later today.
Really?
Yeah, I lost in round 2 in 2017. I was like, he just became world junior champion, so I was like, damn it, I'm playing a young kid, this Norwegian talent. And then it was like draw, and then we played blitz, and then he beat me.
The most brutal. Yeah. Well, you're right. Arian Tari is our streaming guest for Title Tuesday today, and he's definitely also going to stop by the watch party at some point. He has traveled from the US, where he now lives and studies. So he is a little bit jet lagged. So we told him to get some sleep before he comes in.
I've forgiven him, by the way, for everyone wondering. I forgave him for beating me.
There's not going to be any beef in here between the two of you, commentating on the World Cup together and with the World Cup memories.
The memories.
Yeah.
8 years ago. Oh my God. But yeah, and then I lost to Howell like a couple of years ago in round 3, which was sad. My nemesis. But yeah, he used to be the China #1, but until Wei took over and Ding came, and
now he's more of a trainer, or
yeah, you never know. Like all these Chinese grandmasters, as soon as they hit 30, the federation basically tells them it's time to retire.
Yeah,
and then it's like be a coach. But I think Wang Hao's like the exception. He was always like warring with the federation. So I don't know exactly what he's up to these days. He was living in Japan last I spoke to him. But anyway, that's a tangent. Wei Yi, he's the new hope.
He is the new hope for China, yeah. Ding Liren. What's happening with Ding?
Yeah, he's actually playing a tournament right now.
Is he?
Yeah, maybe if the games get really quiet, we can go check those out. But he's playing in a strongish tournament. And yeah, there's lots of other strong players like Jordan Van Forest and I think Shakhriyar Mamedyarov and some others.
Oh,
but yeah, I mean Ding, yeah, he still hasn't got back to
the level he was at.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Question from chat: who is David's friend? I suppose they're asking about you, Odin. So this is Odin, our friend here in the studio today. He's joining us for as long as he can before he has to go to work.
Yeah.
Boo.
I'm sitting here like contemplating excuses to my boss.
Like help us.
How can I stay here longer? What's a good excuse?
Exactly, because can you pour me some coffee, by the way?
Yeah,
Odin?
sure.
You have a good excuse to leave us because you have to work, but you don't have a good excuse.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
What could he possibly tell us? So what do you do for a living, Odin? What kind of work do you do?
Yeah.
He's a Norse god full time.
North God, yeah. I wish.
We wouldn't want to keep doing that.
No, I do a lot of chess related stuff, but I also work in a school. with
Exactly,
with
so you
school
have-
environment and such. Yeah.
So do you have actual lessons with kids today?
Kind of because we're doing filming and we have a TV studio at school, so we're actually producing stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
But so it's not like you can just it's not like an office job where you can say I'm working from home today.
Yeah, that's it's not a
Kind of
viable excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of have to be there, so it has to be something personal, unbelievable.
What could Odin tell his boss so he can hang out with us here today?
I can just do the old John Cleese, like, oh, my leg.
You are, and he's also the expert of film quotes.
Yeah, I'm quite good.
You are very good. Yeah. If you have any challenges for Odin when it comes to movies and quotes, especially for movies,
Yeah.
then send in a quote and let's see if Odin
send in a quote.
Yeah.
Do that would be fun.
Let's see if he can guess the movie.
Oh, let me think.
Yeah, give me a quote that's
You weren't
hard.
supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
You weren't supposed to.
You were only.
Is that Home Alone?
No.
Oh.
Is it the British accent as well in the movie?
Yeah.
So-
You were only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Oh, it's Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels,
No.
isn't it?
No.
It could have been.
Sorry, everyone.
Ah.
Hijacking the stream.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. You weren't supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
1 sec.
You have to check it.
Anyone in chat knows this movie? Okay, we have one from Matt here. May I ask why you struck my son?
Huh?
So I guess that's a quote. May I ask why you struck my son?
Yeah, I was like, Odin, what did you do?
Yeah, what did I do now?
Rick is saying Italian job.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the answer to David's.
Italian job. Yeah.
Michael Caine.
Wow.
Good job, Rick.
Yeah, they do robbery in the Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. So that was the scene I was thinking about.
Oh, check this out, guys. Like in the chess.
Italian
in.
job.
He's trying to win a piece, but it's going to be a very quick draw.
Really?
Yeah, after this bishop block, like if white takes this bishop, black takes that bishop.
You have the opposite color.
And if white takes, this bishop, can't do arrows. If white takes this bishop, black takes that bishop. So it's like whatever happens, it's opposite color.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played 16 moves now, and they're heading towards a draw. They played a draw yesterday. That means there will be tie breaks in the World Cup. They will fight it out tomorrow for gold medal in the World Cup. These two, when this game has finished, or even before that, we will jump into the real big battle today, which is between Esipenko and Yakubov, fighting for third place and the final spot in the candidates.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's the bigger one.
Yeah, that is the big one.
There is a difference, like first and second prize, it's $35,000 difference. So
Yeah.
it's a chance to get the title, put it on your CV for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, much at stake. I have to tell you, I've been looking forward to the World Cup all year because it really feels like a tournament with so much at stake for players. Like it's just devastating. It's devastating for so many players now who this was their final chance to qualify for candidates. You know, we're not going to see Levon, we're not going to see Wesley So, we're not going to see Vincent Keimer, we're not going to see Argaisi. There's so many big names.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was their final chance, and they couldn't make it.
Yeah. How funny would it be if Magnus now suddenly played loads of games, classical games, and then took the rating spot from Hikaru?
That would be quite fun. And,
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think
Never gonna
either,
happen.
really.
Oh my gosh, that would bring the rivalry and beef between those two to a next level.
Yeah, but there's a max limit how low his opponent could be rated, right? Or
I think no.
Is that not in effect yet? So
No, they've changed it so you don't gain rating points. So you don't gain rating points if you play someone 1,000 points lower than you. I think
okay,
it's
but
over
what's the
700,
limit?
But
Over It's over 700. Okay, so I can't.
700. But like,
But I can probably play a match with
you
Magnus.
could probably play a match with Magnus. And
Yeah.
you'd probably gain like 0.2 or 3.
I'll be up for that.
That would be great.
A marathon match versus
we can do it
Magnus.
here in the studio.
Exactly.
Just
play
to
you.
keep Hikaru out for.
But then, the rating spot for the candidates, at least, you just have to play a certain number of games. They forgot to put like an average rating requirement, so that's why Hikaru has been going to all these tournaments and.
Right.
So he could actually play a match versus me.
Yeah.
Here and just
could play a
100 games and he'll be in the
20-game
candidates.
match.
Yeah.
He's played enough classical games, maybe. So like 25-game match, and Magnus will be in the.
Depends if he wins all the 25 games, of course.
Because he
I love you, Odin,
potentially
but-
lose a lot of
Like,
rating.
yeah.
Elephant Gambit.
Maybe I'll play the candidates instead. Like, or you, David. You could play a match and then
And, that's my goal. I'm just going to sit on my rating, not play until everyone else drops below me, and then I'm candidates rating spot.
I love it.
But in the meantime, this game, I'm a bit surprised. Oh no, actually, it's totally fine. I was going to say in this position, it looks like the white rook can come up, but then black has a trick. The black bishop will drop back. Maybe we just show this quickly. And okay, in this position, it looked like white was almost winning with the rook coming up. And I think for everyone at home, probably pretty scary, like threatening to move the bishop away, check to the black king, threatening to win some pawns. But now the black bishop would drop back. And double attack. Hit the rook, hit the bishop. Is white alive here? Oh no, the bar drops. There we go. I turned on the bar. And there we go. This would have been a huge blunder. But unfortunately, Wei didn't. Well, not unfortunately. Fortunately for him, Wei didn't play that. And let's get rid of those arrows. Rooks came off the board very quickly. This game isn't going to last more than another 5 minutes, I think. We're at move 25.
Yeah. I can see from the video feeds from Goa, India now that they're playing. You can just see it on the body language of players when they're like half off their chairs. They're
putting on the jacket and stuff like that.
Yeah. They're getting ready to leave. But that doesn't mean the action is over. We're going to follow the bronze final. The match between Andrei Stepenko, who is in the lead, and Nordebek Yakubuev.
Yeah, that game looks more fun. What do you think, though? Like, I know it's been a long month. They've been in Goa in India since, I don't know, beginning of November. But they did have, I think Yakubuev, for example, had 2 rest days in a row because he won in classical in the quarterfinals. And then, so he had a rest day. Then there was a rest day for everyone. And then he also had a very quick draw with Sindarov in another game. So it's basically 3 rest days out of 4.
Whoa.
And Sindarov now has had like 3 rest days out of the last 6 days. So it's like tiredness is an issue, but I don't know.
Shouldn't really be kind of thing.
Yeah, it's...
You do get tired from just the travel. Like they've
Yeah.
spent a month now in a hotel.
Just mentally exhausted more than
Right.
physically, maybe.
Yeah. And and even like the pressure of playing the final and
Just the stress.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of movie quotes coming in, you guys.
All right.
And also an answer to the what was the quote?
May I ask why you
Yes.
struck my son?
I thought it was a kid at your school being like,
Yeah, like,
the
come
dad's
on.
writing in like, Odin,
Come on.
Oh.
you dodged the World Cup quiz. So
yeah. I just let
that's
that
the
hang
movie
there.
quote quiz.
May I ask why you struck my son is a line from John Wick.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. I have seen not all the John Wick movies, but at least the first.
Yeah. That's the Keanu Reeves stuff.
Yeah.
I put it on my watch list on Netflix, so but I've never got around to it. Okay, quiz time. Do we have...
Do you want more?
Yes.
Until this game is over, we can quiz.
So we have a quote from the head of design at Take, the one who makes all the graphics and the Take design, Mats. I drink your milkshake.
Is that an adult movie? Or?
Yeah, that was the same thing, Mats.
And I don't have the answer. So
I drink your milkshake. That's the quote.
yeah.
We're at move 30, by the way, so it might be a draw now. They can agree, finally. We get a result pop up.
Yeah.
There we go. Off.
It is a draw, 2 draws in the big final in the World Cup between Wei Yi and Yavukir Sindarov. Means they're going to fight it out in tie breaks tomorrow to decide who wins World Cup 2025.
I think I might know it, or at least like have a fighting chance. I'm not sure. There's probably other movies, but there's a scene in Pulp Fiction where John Travolta, you know, and whoever plays Mia, they sit there at this kind of disco bar where they do the famous dance.
Yeah.
You know, and then he's saying there's a $20 shake. A shake worth $20. I have to taste that
Maybe
shake. They talk a lot about milkshake.
I drink
and I don't remember the quote exactly, but maybe it's in that scene. But there's much more famous quotes like
Pulp Fiction.
a $20 shake. I would have taken it immediately.
Is it the right one? Well,
I have no idea.
Wei Yi and Yavukir Sindarov can go and have a big milkshake right now.
Yeah,
And,
a $20 shake.
Yeah, $20 shake. Or drink each other's milkshakes. They can have as much milkshake as they want. They have a lot of time because they're going to fight it out tomorrow in tie breaks. Who will win the World Cup? And they can play Title Tuesday later today, which would be a good idea. It starts in 6 hours is when Title Tuesday starts. And that's speed chess, that's blitz chess, 5 minutes on the clock, no increment. It would be a great idea for them to speed up after playing so much classical chess now. To speed up with playing Title Tuesday tonight, get ready for the big final day tomorrow with tie breaks. All right, we're going to jump into the big battle between Yakubov and Esipenko. They are not only fighting to take bronze medal in the World Cup, they are fighting for the final spot in the Candidates 2026. The winner of this match will take that final spot. And Esipenko won with the white pieces yesterday. He has the black pieces today. For Jacobo, it's a must-win situation. He has to win this game. And this is fighting chess. I assume we're not... I mean, they've spent much more time on the clock.
Yeah.
And it just looks more chaotic, this board.
Yeah, that's normally what you need to do if you want to win. Like, you want to keep all the pieces still on the board, maximum tension. I get a bit worried because it looks like black is better already according to the eval bar. Like, maybe this white queen shouldn't be on the square, but yeah, it's a position. That's the main thing, right? Like, you've been there, Odin, in must-win situations before, and
Yeah.
kind of you just want to scare your opponent, and kind of you make your move later. You hope that they get low on time, get nervous, and then
always keeping pieces on board and creating imbalances. But of course, it's like, okay, black has the center, but so many things could still happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice pawns, but white's got good pieces.
Yeah.
Bishop on g2 looks amazing. Long diagonal. Yeah, so Esipenko. I did actually check, like, the difference between first and second, I mentioned $35,000. That's nearly 6 times the average salary, yearly salary in Uzbekistan.
Wow.
Whoa.
So, like, that's for Sindarov. I mean, here it's like 10,000, I think, between third and fourth, but the candidate spot is worth way more than that, of course.
Yeah, and with sponsorships, as you mentioned.
And everything. And I mean, if Yakubov gets there, then this is life-changing money.
So much at stake.
Yeah.
So much at stake. And he has to win this game. Mm-hmm. I mean, can we see it by the positions, the white pieces that Yakubov is playing with? Is he ambitious? Is he playing fighting chess? Is he playing the kind of game you would see from someone in a must-win situation? And is Esipenko, on the other hand, just trying to make this as solid and boring as possible?
Yeah, I mean, if we just quickly go from the start, we've only had 8 moves. Can't believe the other game was over 30 moves.
Yeah,
These have only had 8. But I mean, normally he starts with the reti, like knight f3. I play this when I really want to win because there's no way for the opponent to force like quick exchanges. You want to keep tension. Black can do a lot of things. We see it kind of transposed to almost a Catalan opening, but white hasn't put the pawn on d4, so you avoid a lot of theory, which is nice. c4, black can take, black can also push, but yeah, I mean, normally black castles, and if he wanted I mean, if this was a classical game, like the score is 0-0, he doesn't want to take much risk. He'll probably push forward. That's the Catalan opening. Or he'll defend the pawn, like push b3 or queen c2 or something, and no risk. But d3 is a bit of a weird move. So he's already trying to surprise Esipenko. The pawn normally goes one square more. And knight e5. This, again, it's a known idea, but it's very, very rare. And a6 I've never seen before. I think Esipenko is happy to fight. That's a bit of an odd move. Maybe he wants to prepare this one. And yeah, it just feels like he wants to play for a win, but positionally, not like immediate fireworks, and then it just fizzles out quickly. It's like long game, long game.
Okay, nice.
That's what Kasparov did when he nearly lost his title against Karpov in 1990. Must-win situation last round. He was 1 point down, and he just, instead of playing attacking chess like Kasparov always did, he just played really slow, and then Karpov just got really nervous, and then eventually he won. So normally you either go all-out attack or you go really slow, like nothing in between.
So you think this will be a long game?
Yeah, we're going to be here till Tidal Tuesday.
Nice. I see Asbjørn, our friend here in the office, is saying in the Twitch chat, if both games are done in an hour, will you be playing Mario Kart for the remaining time?
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
I'll play Blitz.
Yeah.
I'll stream.
Mario Kart, Blitz, we'll have the chessboard. I mean, hopefully, our goal is to be in here all the way up until, and of course, throughout Title Tuesday. I mean, if games are finished very early, we'll see.
Do the viewers want to see us play Mario Kart? We can just sit here and
hang out. And of course, we want Odin to be here the entire time, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen you message your boss yet.
No, I don't have my phone with me, so
we confiscated it. Like,
yeah.
It's like playing at the World Cup. You're not allowed your phone in there.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I think I have to go within probably 5 minutes or so. So that's a shame.
Okay, quick movie quote.
Yeah. Did Mats reply? Was it Pulp Fiction or?
Was it Pulp Fiction, Mats?
Meet me in
No.
Montauk.
No, it wasn't.
There Will Be Blood is the movie.
Yeah, of course.
Which one's that? Not sure.
There will be the oil movie. Oil.
He is from Stavanger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Had to be
Great
something
movie.
with oil.
Great movie.
Meet me in Montauk. Is that?
Meet me at Montauk. I'm a 0 out of 2 right now.
But we did sell it like
Yeah.
you were the expert
Yeah.
on this, so
Meet
people
me at
gave you
Montauk.
really difficult ones.
Yeah.
How about? Don't you just love it when you come back from the bathroom to find your food waiting for you? What's that? I don't know any of these.
Yeah, it's hard.
These are, yeah.
Huh.
I'm sorry, Frank. I think you missed it. Queen to bishop 3, bishop takes queen, knight takes bishop, mate. Is that a quote? Whoops.
Probably.
David's computer went black
Yeah.
here. Are you?
I'm out of juice. So that's why we had to change the scene, everyone.
Do you have your charger here?
I do.
Okay.
do.
Nice. He came prepared. David Howell today. He is ready for a long day in the Take studio. This is the fight for third place in the World Cup. And okay, we haven't even addressed the eval bar, my favorite part of any chess graphics. Better for Esipenko.
Yeah.
Better already.
That's what happens when you try and surprise your opponent with white this early, unfortunately.
Huh.
I don't think it's much better. It's like maybe if black finds some weird moves, then you have an advantage. But yeah, I'm just going to see. There's never been... Okay, he's moved his queen. In this position, apparently the best move to be better with black was to push this pawn, which doesn't look too impressive for me. Yeah, I don't think this is a huge advantage. It's just a small edge. But after this queen move, he's giving up a pawn in the center.
So for the two players sitting there in Goa, India right now, across from each other in this brutal battle of chess, they don't feel like Esipenko is in any sort of huge advantage.
No.
Okay.
He'll know he's got a fine position. He's done nothing wrong with black. Like, this opening is very well known, so he knows it's only move 9. He's done nothing wrong, and he'll be happy. I think it's definitely pressure on white to actually do something. So, like, pawn takes pawn, I think takes probably not bishop takes. That looks... You'd never play a move like that, Odin.
No, I would never
Give
play
up
it.
the bishop.
Give up a bishop like that. But it's a central pawn, I mean, but the king is just...
Yeah, the king is so airy.
Yeah.
Probably the black bishop comes out. I'm not sure. Maybe even the whole way. Or maybe stops at e6 first. I'm not sure. But even something like this, like... trying to work it if I can move my rook. My blundering.
Mm.
But even if black just... don't know. Maybe you can play like this with white. It's a bit risky. Maybe he needs to take the risk.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. The other thing I think he might do is move his knight out first. At least take it with his knight, not his bishop. And like, if black now takes here, I think this is really good for white. And Yakubov will probably win a nice game with his bishops.
Yeah.
But probably black... whoops. Yeah, nice bishops. But probably black pushes the pawn forward and says, "Where are you going, mate? What's your name? Where'd you come from?" That's not a movie quote, that's a TV show. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this just looks fine for black. I do worry that Yakubov maybe isn't getting what he wants from the opening. Esipenko is really good at the opening stuff, like really well prepared. Oh, so this is the live position. Yeah, he's really quick and confident though as well, Esipenko. Like,
yeah.
It was so heartbreaking when he blundered his rook against Wei Yi. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, he was winning," and then he just lost his rook in one move. And if he doesn't make the candidates now, he'll be haunted forever. He'll be traumatized. But okay, he shook it off and won yesterday. Bounced back immediately.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out quickly.
Okay.
I know Odin has, because you have to use it, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna...
Just me?
So I'm gonna find some new people to put in the studio.
That's good.
Okay, awesome.
See you guys soon.
I'm gonna pull up the chat so we can... you can hit us with questions, everyone at home. Ooh, Kaya. Is that Kyle just disconnected you? Okay. There you go.
All right.
Do you have 1 minute, Odin? Or?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Okay. Oh, everyone can see my screen? There we go. Yeah. Okay, guess the World Cup winners before you go. Quiz time.
Oh my god,
Quiz
I can't. I'm so horrible at it.
You've got Magnus.
Okay, Anand?
No.
No. Like, just throwing names out there. Like, yeah, top... has Hikaru ever won it?
No.
No. Okay, so this is not going very well.
Let me think. Kamsky won.
Kamsky, of course, yeah.
Kramnik. Let's not
Kramnik,
go
yeah.
into that. Who else? Duda won in 2021.
Duda won
Beat
it,
Magnus in
of
the
course.
semi-final. Svidler.
Swidler, good player. Leko, has he ever won it?
I don't think so.
I think the format would suit him back in the day, yeah.
He went quite far now. He nearly got to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Very impressive. Quite inspiring. Like, if Leko plays even less than me and then he still makes it to the World Cup. What was it, 4th round?
Yeah.
Okay, movie quotes might be better.
Yeah, it might be better, but I'm doing awfully there as well. So difficult quotes. Just try one.
Okay, everyone, hit Odin with one last quote before he has to go.
Yes. I need a good one. Good one now.
Let's teach him before he has to go teach others.
Yeah.
Show us the browser history, David. Nope. Definitely done that on stream before. Okay. Movie quotes, everyone. Last chance.
Last chance.
Okay.
There will be.
Nobody's asking movie quotes suddenly. And here we are on the screen.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is this seating plan like it makes me feel like quite a big?
Yeah, it's the chairs. They're so comfy, and
They're
you're
so
just
comfy.
like
I look like I have the biggest belly in the world.
yeah, kind of.
Okay, Kaya's hunting new guests.
Yeah, that's good.
It's going to be a downgrade though. Whoever.
Yeah, I wish I could stay here and just watch the entire thing. It looks, yeah, as you say, it's going to be a long game, and probably really exciting as well.
Maybe by the time you finish teaching for the day, we'll
Probably
still be here.
playing. They're probably still playing.
Yeah. Oh, welcome back, Kaya.
Thank you.
You couldn't find anyone. Okay. You've missed precisely 0. No movie quotes. No moves.
Nothing. Huh. All right.
You're not.
No. Some more people will be joining.
Okay.
That's good.
Odin has to leave us. We have Osios here. We have Lucas here. And I actually talked to Anish Giri, who might be joining us.
Wow.
So that's cool.
That's an upgrade.
But I was going to say that there are some tech issues. So we need you to be on
Ooh.
the board,
I will be
because
here.
that's where we get the moves in right now. There we go. All right. And that's okay. So I didn't miss any moves, basically.
0 moves.
0 moves
And
happening.
there's always 1 or 2 moves every day where nobody does anything for 45 minutes. And then,
Yeah.
Like, story of my commentary life, like anytime it's classical chess, there'll be a 45-minute dip in the middle of a broadcast
That's
where
so
we just
true.
have to talk.
I haven't commentated on classical chess for, in a year. Last time was, of course, the World Championship match
Yeah.
last year. But you forget how long it can be between
Yeah.
moves
Yeah,
compared to, when we commentate on Title Tuesday, 5+0.
Yeah.
They are taking their sweet time.
They certainly are. I do like it, though. I like the mix-up.
I have to go, guys.
Then it's been fantastic to see you. If you do get a break from
Yeah,
us today, then
I'll try and
feel free to come
try
back.
to come back.
Yeah.
Last question. Prediction. Who's going to win?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Well, I think Yasipenko is going to win.
Okay.
Well, I'm not, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's I really like the opening choice for white. So, but I'm going with Yasipenko.
Okay. We'll see if you're right. Text you at the end of the day.
Thank you
Okay,
for joining us,
thank
Odin.
Thank you.
Say hi to the kids.
Yes, I will.
And then there were 2.
Doing an important job. All right, but we're gonna stay in here. We're gonna watch this battle for 3rd place in the World Cup. Follow that as we also build up to Title Tuesday, which starts at 5 o'clock Oslo time, CET today. I'm gonna get myself some more coffee. Yes, I can see that you guys in chat also noticed the belly when I walked in. That is true. I am
Mine's bigger.
pregnant.
Mine's bigger.
But the good thing about that is, that I have
I should have got the coffee for
I
you.
have a
so-
very nice table for my coffee.
Ah.
Yeah, it's very convenient. Yeah. So you need to get bigger, David.
I'm trying. Getting big every year. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I feel bad, but yeah, the game will liven up. I don't feel that bad that it's a bit quiet right now. I think it's good that Jakobo's thinking.
I mean, you haven't commentated on all the games, but you commentated so many days.
Yeah.
What has it been like, the World Cup, would you say, this year?
Yeah.
With all like the huge surprises and these big names being
Yeah.
knocked out, and
Like some of the early rounds, like it was just crazy. Like 2,700 losing, 2,700 losing. It was like on the same day. It was like Gukash got knocked out, Giri got knocked out.
it's crazy.
Like Wesley, Nepo before that even.
Yeah.
Mamajaro got knocked out that same day. It was like all the favorites were just dropping like flies. And yeah, it's been interesting. I think like it's been a long year for chess,
Yeah.
like for everyone. There's been so many tournaments, and I think a lot of players are just burnt out.
Yeah.
That's my theory. But
Oh, maybe that's it, right?
Yeah, or
But
maybe-
is it also somewhat of like a generational shift that we're definitely now seeing?
yeah, probably. And I think the format helps the young ones.
Yeah.
Like a lot of chess back to back,
Mm-hmm.
humid conditions, and it's like fitness, big thing. It's probably no coincidence that like 2 23-year-olds here, Sindarov 19, Wei 26, like all the over 30s. They're still high rated, like they're still ranked at the top, but they didn't make it.
Yeah. I mean, if you see the lineup now for the candidates, I mean, who would have thought
It's wide open.
the names that are in there? So, and it's basically now decided, right? This is the final spot we're talking about, because Hikaru has secured the rating spot.
Yeah, unless Magnus.
Unless Magnus
he
plays,
won't.
but he won't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the final spot, which is the circuit for 2025.
Yeah.
As far as I understand, that will be Praggnanandhaa.
Yeah. And he's actually playing. He last minute entered a tournament in London, where he's in the Open tournament at the London Chess Classic, where he's the top
Really?
seed by like 200 points, almost. And yeah, he's just going to crush it there. I think he needed to 100% secure it to make sure nobody could do a last minute like surge. He needed one Open tournament. So if he wins that now, yeah, I mean,
Then
he's already like 99.5%, but I think that will make him 100% if he does well there.
Okay. And if for some reason that doesn't happen, is it Arjun Erigaisi then?
No, Arjun's actually a lot lower down. I think it might be Vincent Keimer.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's true. Yeah, because he missed out, of course. He was close in Grand Swiss, and he was close here.
Yeah.
But he's not the German we're going to see in the candidates. It's actually going to be Bluebaum. So the candidates 2026 will be Fabiano Caruana. He secured it from the FIDE Circuit 2024 last year. It's going to be Anish Giri, who won the Grand Swiss. It's going to be Bluebaum, who came second in the Grand Swiss. It's going to be Wei Yi and Sindarov, who made it to the final here in the World Cup. It's going to be Hikaru by rating. It's most likely going to be Prag. Let's say 99% sure. It's going to be Praggnanandhaa from the FIDE Circuit 2025. And then the final spot, it's either going to be Jakubov or it's going to be Esipenko.
Yeah, and it's crazy. There could be like 3 players under 2,700 in the candidates, and so many big names missing. Like you
So
said.
many big names. So we're not going to see Levon Aronian. We're not going to see Hans Niemann. We're not going to see Arjun Erigaisi. We're not going to see the other Nordebek, Abdusatorov. We're not going to see Wesley So, Vincent Keimer, Ali Reza Farusha, Jan-Christoph Duda, Maxim Vachier-Lagrave, Jana Pomniachtchi, Ding Liren.
Exactly. It's like
Crazy.
It's like if you say, okay, there's going to be one player from China, you would think it would be Ding. If you say there's one player from Uzbekistan, you would think it's Nodibek Abdusatorov, not Sindarov.
Yeah.
If you say there's going to be one player from Germany, Vincent Keimer, but it's Bluebaum. It's like if there's one player from Russia, it's going to be Nepo. Nope, it's maybe Esipenko.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like the players slightly further down are all.
I mean, there must be some sort of generational shift going on here.
And Hikaru and Fabi just clinging on.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And they will be. So I guess they will be huge favorites, though.
Yeah, I think those two and Prague probably.
Yeah.
The favorites.
Because they have also done it before, played candidates before. How about Anish Giri?
Yeah, he might join the broadcast, so I'm going to say he's got great chances. He's got amazing chances, isn't he? It's difficult, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know Anish has played candidates before. Like, there was that famous time in, what was it, 2014 already, where he made all the draws. That's where he got the reputation.
Yeah.
14 draws, but they were quite fighting draws. I don't know. I think he can do it on a good, like, if he has a really good run. I think if people go hard against Anish, then he can punish them and win.
Yeah,
but I don't know, like, you need quite a big score. You need to get, like, +4, +5, like, more wins than losses. So, I don't know. I think he'll need people to go quite hard so he can counter-attack. Or if he can grind them down in endgames every round, like he was doing in the Grand Swiss, then maybe. But it's tough against the top guys. So I'll say Anish maybe would be my 4th favorite or 5th.
Okay.
I don't know.
Number 1 being Fabi or Hikaru?
I think Hikaru, maybe.
Hikaru, world number 2.
But just, it feels like his time. Fabi's,
Yeah.
They're always close, though. I think those two could even be tie breaks, who knows?
And of course, what they are fighting for in the candidates is the chance to play Gukesh in the World Championship match next year. Oof, that's going to be exciting. Okay, I'm just going to send a message to Anish and let him know that if he wants to join, we are ready for him.
He was probably ready, and then he heard me. And then he's like, nope.
I'm not.
Okay,
Please join us, Anish.
We have a move. It only took him, how long on the clock? 7. It only took him 17 minutes. Jakubov, before playing the most obvious move in the position. But he's calculating, and the idea now is that White's knight is probably going to come out to c3 next move, depending on what Esipenko does. Yeah, it could be cool seeing Prague versus Gukesh in a World Championship.
Oh,
match.
wow.
Like, the whole of India will suddenly wake up and there'll be a billion people watching.
And that will be
But-
just massively prestigious, right?
Yeah, and I think actually, like from what I've heard, Prag is as popular, if not more popular,
Yeah.
than Gukesh in Indian circles among the fans. So that could be cool. But then, yeah, it would also be nice to see a battle of the generations.
It
Like,
would, yeah.
Hikaru might be
Also
his
with
last
like
stand.
the US in there.
Yeah,
with the
US versus
interest.
India,
Yeah.
two superpowers.
Yeah, like yeah.
It's tough. Like Hikaru, will he have to pay the like they call it the dad tax? When he, like,
Yeah, because
he's gonna have his
having
kid.
a baby like
He's gonna like
some day.
any day now. I'm
Yeah.
hoping he has his baby in 2 weeks on his own birthday.
Ooh.
Then he can have the same birthday as his kid. Like he's gonna have a baby who's like 3-4 months old when the candidate starts. That must be tough. That must be like
Oh wow.
yeah. So yeah, it might be difficult for Hikaru to bring his A game.
Yeah.
Be super fresh, like fully focused.
So in that sense, if you are a fan of the US, if you want an American to win, you should probably maybe a better idea to root for Fabi, who's also played a World Championship match before. He has the experience.
I mean, Fabi in 2018 like was one move away, basically, or maybe 2 or 3 accurate moves away from beating Magnus.
Yeah.
Didn't lose any classical games. Was actually better for many of them. And actually, their ratings were basically identical. Like that's the closest anyone's come to overtaking Magnus. They were 3 points apart in rating. So Fabi, like, if he can
find that
rediscover-
version of himself.
Exactly.
Yeah. And how about Gukesh? Like, how good is Gukesh now?
Yeah, I mean, he's still very good, especially classical, but I don't know, it's a bit up and down. And wow, talking of up and down, it's
Ooh.
down the bar now for Yakubov.
Oh, look at that. Much better now for Andrei Sipenko.
Oh dear, that's not good news for
What's happening?
Uzbek fans. We said that taking with the bishop was really risky. Odin said he'd never play it. I said I'd never play it. He's a pawn up, but he's going to lose his best piece. Take the bishop. Looks like you can just take the bishop now, and let's jump in a bit deeper. Yeah, Gukesh has been up and down a bit this year, but yeah, he ended up losing in round 3 in the classical, which is tough with white as well. But this this position, I mean, if we just show the most obvious move now is to take the bishop. I think big mistake to let the bishop run away just for everyone at home. Bishop takes knight. Now the white bishop can run, probably to the square, and white is. Let's try and figure out with the eval bar. Let's turn the bar on. Okay, white's not actually better, but I was going to say white's happy because he's got the bishop pair, and 1 or 2 more moves, the white bishop's going to be on this diagonal, the dark squared bishop's going to be on this diagonal, and it's going to be like maximum power. So even though the eval bar's slightly on black side, I think white's got good winning chances. But compare that to like the bishop disappearing, queen takes. Okay, I didn't expect this. That would be amazing. Like if black pushes this pawn according to the arrow we see there, best move, giving up the rook in the corner. This is what he's missed. Whole rook, but then the queen gets trapped. And whoa, this is crazy. Knight here, knight takes knight, and there's no way home for the queen. So black's just going to bring the bishop back and win her next move. And also, wow, of course, threatening checkmate on the diagonal. Wow, this could be over very quickly if Esipenko finds it.
Really?
But this is difficult. This is so
Okay.
difficult. This is definitely what he's missed, Yakubov. I was going to say, like, even in this position, if black just brings the bishop out, he's better. Like, 2 bishops, big compensation for a pawn. But this would be maybe move of the tournament. Wow.
Wow.
I don't want to say it lightly, but like B5, giving up your rook in the corner. He blundered a rook as well, Esipenko, in the semi-finals for free.
That was
So-
brutal.
That was brutal. Heartbreaking for anyone who saw that. But this is just great for black. And yeah, if the queen doesn't go trap herself in the corner, then the black bishop's going to come out, and whoops, that diagonal is going to be so weak for white.
Okay, so the move we are looking for Esipenko to find right now is
Is to take the bishop first. Sorry, in this live position, to take the white bishop.
yeah.
And then, yeah, I wouldn't have found this, well, maybe over the board in classical, but like
This is the
This is the
difficult move to
difficult move.
find. Pushing the pawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just open up for the bishop, and turns out the rook is poisoned in the corner. I see someone. Can he hear us? I can't hear him yet.
Oh, look at that.
We have a friend.
We have someone joining. We're going to fix the sound in Anish, and then we're going to bring him in. Oh, we have Anish Giri with hearts in the chat. You guys looking forward to that? Thank you to everyone for hanging out with us on this Tuesday morning Oslo time, or afternoon if you're in Asia somewhere, maybe night if you're in the US.
Or
We're going to bring in Anish Giri, who is ready for the candidates. He won the Grand Swiss earlier this year. And he's probably watching this with eager eyes, because one of these two players will make it to the candidates to play Anish Giri and the other players there.
Yeah, and if he plays this move, I think it's going to be Esipenko, almost guaranteed. The white queen's going to have to run away as well, and then the knight will be taken in the center. Black will have level material and a big attack.
Just how difficult is it to find that move?
Oh, I'll ask Anish.
Yeah, because he's spending time now. He's really thinking about this.
It's got a lot of time. So if he spends 20 minutes and finds it, if he spends 45 minutes and finds it, it's a good investment. Anish, can you hear us?
yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, it's just me.
Nice,
have
nice.
to
I
turn on my
hear you
sound.
guys not very well. So can you be more loud than usual, David?
Hello, Anish Giri, welcome.
Yes. Yeah.
There we go, Anish. Hey, thank you for joining.
Thank you, guys. I just saw you discussing the position. I think he just made those two moves you were just talking about.
He played it immediately. I thought he'd spend like half an hour. Anish, he's a big favorite now to win, surely.
Well, yeah, obviously, for sure. Before today's game already, but especially now, it's. I think queen takes a8 is the. This must be the only line to try and make sense of white's play. Yeah.
Yeah.
How losing is that? Like, that's the only question I have.
Okay, we'll bring up the analysis board and show this if I can. Oh, I'm in charge of the camera apparently. Hopefully someone can help us bring up an analysis board.
Well, it says now much better for Esipenko. How impressed are you, Anish, that he found this pawn move, which must be very difficult? It feels like he needs to be brave to push that pawn.
Yeah, it's a kind of a thematic thing that it's an idea that you often do, that you sacrifice that rook, then trap the queen, and use the other rook to take the queen, so then you get a queen for two rooks. And it is often a good trade, but sometimes it's a bad trade. Like I remember I had a game with Pragananda where I could do the exact same sequence, but it wasn't good. So it's a question of assessing, which one it is. But I think here, I'm winning it with a bishop, e4, bishop b8, that's the thing, not with a rook. That's probably why it's so winning.
Even with the rook looks good.
Yeah, it's just a matter of calculation. It's a simple calculation. You basically, here you don't even win a queen for two rooks. You just win a queen for a rook and a bishop. And that's just material advantage. And, it's a very straightforward line. And he's feeling comfortable because he also had other moves, other options. That was not like the only move. He felt, he's fine no matter what. He's just looking for the best way. I'm much more impressed, I would say, with the overall performance of his, obviously, that he made it this far and now making it to the candidates. But this particular takes in b5 is probably the final part of his journey and not the hardest part.
Is it now a given that Norderbeck is going to take that rook? Or should he do something else? Should he really not take it?
He should really
I think he should not take it because of the line we just saw. But then the whole play, it makes no sense anymore for white, and black is just really good. Black is just really, really good.
Okay, so this is Norderbeck cannot do this, basically. What can he do then? He needs to save this game. He needs to win this game.
Yeah, maybe knight f3, David, to just retreat. Yeah, knight f3, maybe queen to h5. Maybe that's some to try and make sense of it. Pretend that you're attacking a bit, or.
I like the idea, but yeah, unfortunately, black probably.
You are missing the pieces, right? Because the knight and the bishop on the queen side are undeveloped.
Yeah. And black has such easy play, I don't know, rook e8 or c4, maybe.
I guess you have a long-term, that's the thing. You have sort of a long-term, compensation / initiative. And just natural moves, knight there, rook there, c4, the moves you mentioned in any order. In any order. The question only how good it is.
Yeah, this is just the killer bishop right now. I think in short term, long term, white's king is going to be feeling the heat.
Wow.
And Anish, like you mentioned, Yasipenko, like so impressive his journey. Jacobo has been really good as well, but just seems like he's run out of steam this last few days.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, well, first of all, somebody has to qualify, of course. So there is that. Somebody has to be there. But I think Andre is. I noticed already. For a long time, he's a very hard-working player, very, very well prepared. He has a very, positional, like solid style, profound style. So his aggression is not as visible as with the more attacking players. But he is very ambitious. I could see that. Also in the Grand Swiss, actually. In the Grand Swiss, I already noticed some of his games. He was very ambitious in his own way, right? Like if you are an attacker and you're ambitious, it's going to be you sacrificing and going for checkmates. But if you are a positional player like David, when you are ambitious, for example, we see it by the fact that you play not 5 hours, but 7 hours. Yeah. So then we know that you're extra ambitious. And with Andre also, he was just pushing very hard with the white pieces. He's this kind of player, with black, he doesn't play for a win usually. Mm-hmm. Very classical. It looks sometimes when he plays with black pieces that, he is not ambitious because he played some solid opening or the Petrov or this Rubinstein French or trading a lot of pieces. But when he gets white pieces, he's always very ambitious. For example, he always goes for also traditional strategy. Like VE today, he went for a strategy of going to tiebreak, right? Mm-hmm. I think Andre is from the school of thought that it's not how you approach it. He's a little bit, less opportunistic, but like a more, classical approach. Play for a draw with black, play for a win with white, 1.5 out of 2, 3 out of 4, etc., and you manage.
Yeah, and you mentioned Wei Yi there with the quick draw today. Like, what are you predicting in the final? Probably less important now that they're both in the candidates. But what do you predict? Is Wei Yi going to be punished for taking the quick draw today, or do you think he's going to?
No, I don't think there's something that has to be punished. I think Sindarov did the same with Jospem, Jose Martinez, also with white. I don't think this is a very old, again, classical, old-fashioned thing that you have to be punished for something. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's how it works. I mean, the one big game changer was this Magnus game against Karakin in the last round World Championship match. Mm-hmm. Magnus right there and then proved everyone that. This whole, classical karma, it's fake. And in Magnus's case, he was basically going from a 1-game match to a 4-game match against a lower-rated player. Mm-hmm. We just increased his chances of maintaining a World Championship title. And in case of VE, I'm not sure his match chances increased that much, but it's also, it just feels, I don't know, I think it feels a little bit easier for them at this point to have more clarity. Like tomorrow they know, tomorrow will be the decider, like win or lose. And you just play with more clarity, a little less tension because of the speed. When everything goes faster, there's a bit less tension. So I think that's the main factor there, He just wants a little less tension and then show that he's the more deserving one tomorrow. But it's going to be interesting. They have very different styles, both extremely strong players in different ways. Sindarov is very fast, very, very quick player. VE is very slow at the start and very fast in the end, just like you, David, because if you're slow at the start, you have to be fast at the end. There's only one way.
Yeah.
So it's a different way of playing, and it's going to be a fun tiebreak match. And okay, World Cup title is huge as well. And I think they get this Vishy Anand trophy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Won't be an Indian player, but they'll want that.
I mean, winning the World Cup is huge. It puts you in the history books. They are definitely going to fight hard tomorrow.
It's not as big as winning the Grand Swiss, Anish.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, I just said certain things straight, yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
How's life been since you won the Grand Swiss, Anish? Both like securing your name in the history books by winning that massive tournament, which is it must be such a difficult tournament to win. And also, of course, securing your spot there in the candidates. How's life been like? Have you been on clouds after that?
No. The clouds was just a couple days, obviously. After of course I was I couldn't have ever imagined I can win a tournament like that, especially qualifying the candidates with the crazy luck is possible maybe, but winning a Swiss tournament which is so strong, that's not really supposed to be my style, not supposed to be for me, and even with a lot of luck I'm not supposed to be the guy to do this, so I couldn't believe it, of course, that it was going to happen. But I did prepare, I pretended like I believe, and it worked somehow. And I was really, really thrilled, of course. Indeed, first couple days, I was extremely, I was really, really, so looking forward to the candidates and eager to prepare and eager, to get to the moment we are in today, where I'm going to find out who am I going to play, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I can even reveal a little secret. Like I was considering who to have as a second, yeah. But some of those people, they have been, they are no longer they basically are in the candidates as well now. So I can't ask them anymore.
Oh,
so
that's interesting. That's very interesting.
It's very difficult to figure out who those are then. Because, but yeah,
I get so curious.
Yeah, but it's like basically I knew that I can't prepare before I know the lineup, right? So I couldn't prepare as much, but still I was really excited about it. But it's okay. Then since then it's back to a routine. Very quickly also, the goalposts, well, not really goalposts, it's an expression, but like the goals shift. And at first you really, really want to get to the candidates. It's your only goal because that's the next step. And you're so thrilled and you're so happy, and you think if you achieve only that, that would be the all you ever want. And then you achieve that, and then you're like, okay. Suddenly you look around, and now you take this new step as something, you take it for granted, and now you're looking only forward, and now you're supposed to win the candidates, because otherwise suddenly it's all pointless, right? So it works like that, and now you are not celebrating candidates at all, because what is there to celebrate? You just have to win it, otherwise, So it works like that, and from today, I guess we'll get Andrei very likely. We'll get Andrei in the mix as well, and we'll have a full lineup, which is really exciting for people.
Yeah, we have a move on the board. Mm-hmm. So Jakubov, he moves the queen. Is this a good move in a bad situation?
Yeah, looks okay. Probably less vulnerable to that knight maneuver we mentioned.
It's a similar idea to what I mentioned, but a little bit more refined, of course, because Jakubov, of course, is is there thinking much more concrete. I was just saying some random moves, but still, I guess mostly the position didn't change that much. It's still that long-term thing of black having this bishop pair, white having this softened up pawn structure with a pawn on f4, which is, in this case, much more a weakness than an attacking asset. And at some point, the c4 is going to break apart control over the d3 and e4 square. And just white is just too soft. And after c4, you will see that, e4 square is weakened, or f3 square will have to be weakened if you go ed3. So you basically you're just set up for weaknesses. There are scenarios, of course, like if white had much better development than they have now with like b3, bishop, b2, knight, bd2 already, let's say. Of course, chess is a concrete game. So if you give me like 3 tempi, I'll be good with white. But probably if Andrei plays the natural moves and Nadrbek also plays natural moves, probably will naturally go to a position where black is just better. That's basically the situation. Yeah, I mean, computer shows now c4, but I guess any order is fine. Yeah, knight d7, c4, both probably good.
Mm. So still looking very likely that Esipenko will take that final candidate spot.
Mm-hmm. Maybe something like
Extremely,
this.
because he only needs a draw, right?
Yeah, that's
and there is also a chance, like the crazy chance, that he will lose this game, but will still win the tiebreak. So that enhances his chances further. So his chances are amazing right now, I guess.
Yeah. And if you then take a look at the candidates lineup, the players that you will face when you guys meet in, is it April? The dates are set?
End of March, I think.
I think it's in that period. Yeah, I forgot the exact dates again, but I think it is in that period, yeah.
Yeah. But just how surprised are you to see just that lineup? Of course, like Fabi and Hikaru and yourself, names we, would have put on that list and bet would be there. But the other ones, I'm surprised by every single one. Are you?
Myself also not so much a year ago. At some point I watched some prediction for candidates of the next season, and I was just dropping some rating, and I was like a 2-hour discussion of panelists of very strong, up-to-date players, and I think my name wasn't mentioned once. I just watched it as a spectator, right? Not as a hate watcher, but I just watched a spectator, and I wasn't mentioned at all. Because I just dropped a bit below, and I was also, of course, as not a young up-and-coming player. Also, you don't think of me as someone, like, if I'm already going down, probably I'm just going down. That's probably how people are seeing.
You're over 30 now, Anish.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
what a way to prove them wrong.
No, I mean, of course, of course, I've gained some rating back, so now it looks a bit more appropriate, my qualification, because at least I'm in the top 8 of the rating list, for what that's worth. But I'm not shocked. I would guess if you look at the overall list of names, the most surprising name is maybe Matthias Blubaum. He is a very, very well-known player, which we know is extremely strong. He's a very serious opponent for every game. But you just somehow think that in this grueling candidates qualification path, that much more likely it will be Nodirbek Abdusatorov or I don't know, Hans Niemann, is high rated, or Vincent Keimer, obviously. Sorry, obviously, if you compare to the Blubaum, you think of German number 1 as well. So of course it seems, that's a somewhat surprising name. Andrei Sipenko is currently low rated, but he at some point was 27-30, I think, and he was very, very, like, I think he beat Magnus at like 19 or maybe less, 18. He was very young when he beat Magnus in Vaikanze, and his rating was climbing upwards. It was same as now or higher, and he was on the trajectory to become a very high rated top player. But it's just very hard nowadays, and he's also had a lot of challenges, I'm sure. And everybody has certain different challenges. He had his own, and so his sort of his development curve has somewhat been altered, yeah. But he was kind of always set to be there. Sindarov is a little low rated than the rest, but Sindarov also was always like, if you are Sindarov, let's say, or a fan of Sindarov, you never lost hope. You never stopped doubting that he'll be your next world champion, because he was always really good. He was improving always. He's only 19 now, so he's on the upward curve. To say that Sindarov is a surprise is also strange. VE is obviously a top 10 player. Speaking of like curves of career, VE was on track to be, he was the fastest 2700, fastest 2600. He was like the youngest, the earliest, the biggest prodigy there ever was at the time, before the Indians prodigies came and the Uzbek prodigies came. He was one of the OG prodigies, right? Was breaking all the records. So I wouldn't say there is so much surprising names, but of course, what is surprising is that somehow amazing players like Firuza or Abdusatorov or Keimer, that they didn't make it. That is, of course, a surprise. But, not everybody can. You just have to be a little bit lucky also sometimes.
Yeah. It's going to be so exciting. Oh, my. I'm looking forward to the candidates.
Anish, you've played the candidates before, of course. Like, what are you going to do differently to try and make that next step this time?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was thinking, I'm like one of the experienced players, you would think, yeah? And I guess you should think. But it was kind of an interesting paradox that I was thinking but am I more experienced than Pragnananda? Because in some sense, Pragnananda played the last candidates. And that's kind of a very valuable experience, because you played the candidates that's the most closest to the one now. It was just 2 years ago, and I played the one before. Yeah. I played in 2020, yeah? So I missed 2 cycles, I think, right? I missed probably 2 cycles of candidates, yeah. I missed 2 cycles of candidates. So in some sense, experience is relative. Yeah, Prague is also very experienced, being very young. And some players are older, but haven't played the candidates ever. So I don't know what the experience exactly means, but yeah, I will for sure. I mean, you can't force victory in a tournament like this, but of course, it's everybody has a good shot, and I'll have to think, what to do, David. I'll have to think. For now, I'm preparing to prepare. Yeah. I'm thinking of the people that I want to help me, the tools I want to be using for that. Yesterday, I've coded, I have people I could ask to code whatever I want to code for me. But for fun, I was inspired yesterday with some AI tool. I coded a little software for myself.
Oh, wow.
In 2 hours. Yeah, it was actually quite...
Everyone needs a hobby.
I don't know what I did. I just copy pasted the code, but it actually really like I did some. It's an executable program. I can push on my computer and like I press some button, and then some procedure starts, which has to do with my engine. But it's kind of funny. Like you can nowadays like even do it on your own. So yeah, there's like a lot of tools you can technical tools you can nowadays have because of how accessible these things are, and that's part of the preparation as well.
Anish, if you want someone to suggest old, outdated opening theory that's slightly dubious, but will probably give you a long game that you can grind for 7 hours every round, then you have my number.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, David, if I can afford you, after your luxurious salary, working for World Champions and Take Studio. I'm not sure if I have the funds and the means.
We can cut a deal, mates rates. It could be on commission if you win the candidates.
Yeah, that's maybe the best. Yeah, if I win the candidates, you get 50% of your Take salary at least.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't take
That's a lot of money. China is like, damn, so much.
Don't take him from us, Anish. Don't take David.
No. I think we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm also definitely looking for still to make my team complete, because again, I couldn't make that. I wanted to see who the players are first of all, who are playing, because that also impacts a bit. What kind of tournament you're going to be facing, what kind of prep you need. Now we have more information, and I'm yet to finalize things and look at my schedule and all that. But I'm really, really excited. Yeah.
Wow, it makes me want to go into detective mode now and start try to piece this together. Who is in everyone's teams? Are you doing that for the other? Are you only focusing on yourself, Anish, or are you spending a lot of time focusing on your opponents?
Yeah, no, of course I'm looking at my opponents and their chess. I don't know how productive it is to try to deduct who the teams are, because it's very, very difficult. It can be done really anonymously. Like I can find someone, send him a message on WhatsApp or I don't know, Signal if you want to be super secure.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll meet at a location that no one, without any social media photos, and we'll work there for just 2 weeks. You'll really never know, probably, if. So it's very hard to find the teammates of the players. And the point is that, okay, just imagine you start working really hard on that. You hire a few guys who are going to scroll social media for the top players. But even then, you figure out a couple of players' names. What are you going to do with that? Just because somebody is, let's even imagine somebody working with someone who is an E4 player, nowadays doesn't mean necessarily he's going to play one E4, yeah? Because these people, they have... using engines as well, and they've not played D4 themselves, but they faced it themselves, and they know that. Like for example, Wojtaszek, he never plays one E4, as far as I remember, he just really never. But Wojtaszek has worked on positions after one E4, and he was team member of Gukesh, and Gukesh played one E4 in most of the games in the World Championship match. So it's not like you get so much information. And Wojtaszek's favorite openings were not even really played by Gukesh, right? They're so different styles and with either color, really. So, yeah, it's just not really how it works, I guess, nowadays.
Oh, all right.
Spycraft.
Yeah, it is. It really is. This is what I love about chess and candidates and World Championship matches. Just like the candidates itself last for 3 weeks, probably, something like that. But it really kind of lasts for 6 months, basically. Just the preparation and trying to get into everyone's heads and finding all these brilliant openings. And it's just so exciting. Yeah. And today we're going to find out the final.
That is maybe good that it doesn't happen so often, because on one hand, as a player, you are missing that opportunity, right? Because if you're out for a year almost. But at the same time, I guess if you make these things happen more often, it loses a bit of that, special value, doesn't it?
Yeah. You need it to be prestigious.
I think as an organizer as well, in general, and as someone who's also growing content as your channel does, you probably have to really find that soft spot between how often do you want your big event to happen?
Yeah.
And and that it's often enough that you capitalize on the momentum. But it's also not too often, because if Title Tuesday will be every day, clearly at some point you'll get numb to it, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So you have to find that perfect moment. How much of Magnus do you want, right? On as well. Like, I mean, you think you want him every hour of your day, but maybe if you have him every hour of your day, then at some point, David, you can tell us: is it never enough, or is it too much?
I mean, it's more than enough for me, like once every few weeks. But I mean, unless it's Levy, like once a day, I think Levy's worked that out. Once a day,
Yeah.
a video, Magnus on the thumbnail. That's the sweet spot.
That's the sweet spot. Well, it's a really interesting discussion this year, especially, right? When we started the year with freestyle and this whole like war with FIDE on world championship titles. And yeah, you're so right, Anish. There really is this sweet spot, and you don't want there to go inflation in the big events and the titles. You really want it to be super prestigious when it happens, but they need to happen from time to time. You cannot have too much time in between. But I really feel now that I'm looking forward to the candidates, and I'm looking forward to a world championship year,
The total world championship year.
and that's coming up as well. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Are you gonna play that, Anish?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, sounds like very serious events with everybody playing. Good stakes. For sure. I'll play also World Rapid and Blitz Championship this year. I always like these tournaments. Also, it's an opportunity, right, for every player to maybe get fortunate and become one of the few people that have become world champions. So for sure, looking forward to it. I mean, I heard there was like at the beginning there was like lots of confusion with the naming, right, of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like that, it's like the word, like the wording of the naming, and people were like, yeah, but what's like, how does it work? And you can qualify to candidates from it, but how can you qualify to candidates which is underneath the world championship from a world championship in a way? So there was like all this. There was this funny video of Vidit, and if you remember, like he went totally viral with this funny.
That was hilarious.
YouTube short.
Very appropriate.
Explaining all the complicated cycles that we have the World Cup as well, which is not the World Championship. We have the World Championship, and we have the Total World Championship, and then Rapid and Blitz, and the Total has the Rapid and Blitz, and the Classical, but it's not the most important, because the most important is only the Classical, which is unusual as well, because you think that the combined sounds like more, but actually it's less, because you get the candidates from that, so it's 2 steps down. So like if you build the whole pyramid and hierarchy of events, it becomes very, very complicated and unclear. But I think, it's for me as a player, it's just nice to play another tournament, which is hopefully going to be good. But again, from organizers' perspective, they have to also make a choice here as well. Well, like they're looking, of course, for sponsors. And on one hand, having a stake as World Championship title is very good to attract the sponsor. At the same time, if you keep giving all the sponsors one World Championship each, at some point, they'll all be less interested because the value of one. So there's a balance here as well. It's again the same thing, that you want to somehow keep this somewhat exclusive, but not too much. And that's, I think, that's on the organizers and sponsors to find out. I mean, if this gives them increase in value for chess players, that's great. But they just have to find that sweet spot.
Definitely. And Jakubov, he has to find the sweet spot in this game right now. We've seen a couple of moves, of course. We had that brilliant B-pawn move by Esipenko a couple moves ago. Jakubov responded with his queen, and Esipenko's moved his knight out. A couple moves happening. What are we seeing on this board?
Yeah, I think it's just position. His position is just collapsing now, because d4, g6, queen h3. I take e4 pawn, knight g5. I go knight f6. I think it's just collapsing. You lose the central pawn, just and black protects everything. And this is a justification for the move c4, and it just breaks apart the pawn structure. White pieces are still undeveloped. I think we are sort of watching like some sort of agony, from white in a sense. Like it's. I think both players know and feel it's basically over, and it's just the final. Like the boxers. It's not like one is knocked out yet, but he knows either he's going to get knocked out soon or he's going to lose on points. Like he has no strength to punch anymore. In the position there is no strength. I'm sure Jakubov has the strength, but chess is not boxing. One of my coaches said, very nice, important thing to understand. It's a very deep thing. You have to really think about it. Very deep. Chess is not boxing. you can't just punch your opponent. There is a chessboard in between. So Yakuboev, he has this chessboard in between with the position where it's unpunchable. That's the problem.
Yeah, there's like there's a safety net in front of the opponent. Unfortunately, it's.
I'm sure there's
It's
been
good for
some
me, I think.
punches
There's,
over
some-
chessboards
yeah.
though in history. Maybe not in top chess, but at some pub chess, there has been some punches. I'm sure. Well, actually, I'm looking at the footage from Goa right now, and Espenko is not sitting by the board. It is Yakuboev there by himself, and he makes a move. So we're gonna see that on the board. And there it is, I think.
Yeah, it's a good move. He's trying to encourage Black to take, and then after knight bd2, he has developed everything finally, at least. I suspect CD is not the best move, but I don't know. Knight bd2, and yeah, it sort of looks. Well, still, the problem is this diagonal. Like whenever you push e5, which is your active move, you will weaken the diagonal, and you are no longer a pawn up with white. But at least you've developed your pieces, and yeah, there are scenarios where it gets okay for white. There are scenarios like that, but probably Black has to help if I look at the eval bar.
And I'm just going to step out for 1 minute, but before I do, Anish, are you going to play Tidal Tuesday today? Is that going to be part of your preparation for the World Rapid and Blitz? Are we going to see you more often? We've been missing you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, somehow, I noticed for me, it's like the matter of, sometimes I'm kind of in, I'm in the zone, and I'm playing the Tidal Tuesdays. And just now I'm a little bit out of it, simply. I'm just a little bit out of it. And then I find excuses for myself not to play. And I think, but I can always play, if I want, I can play someone else. Or now I have to put on 2 cameras. And I find some excuses not to do it. But frankly, if I would want to, I would, of course, play. But yeah, I'm not sure, especially since the candidates thing happened for me. I'm just so much more motivated to work on that, really, that I'm probably also, I'm at a point where I'm kind of old, and I have limited reserves of motivation that I'm cherishing, that are still, I can, withdraw them maybe for 1 cycle a year. And I can't withdraw enough motivation for Tidal Tuesday as well as the candidates. But maybe at some point I'll... also, the problem I have is also I'm not able to, because one motivation could be to get to the EWC, right? From these qualifiers.
Exactly.
But I'm not able to collect enough Tidal Tuesdays because my schedule is too busy with other tournaments, over the board tournaments. So then I'm also a little less motivated. I think maybe next, at some point, and after I become a world champion and then lose the title again, then I will. No, I'm joking. But I maybe if at some point I should play. But today it's unlikely. It's again unlikely. I'll find an excuse not to. I'm already I could promise you, but I'm sure I'll find some reason not to play.
Yeah.
But Anish, this is perfect preparation for the candidates. You play Tidal Tuesday. The games go on the database. You play some really dodgy openings. Your future opponents at the candidates will have to burn a few hours at least looking at these dodgy openings.
Free and wise.
Yeah, they will know. Yeah, but they will know that this is just my talent. That. And anyway, the problem for me is, I'm such an open book. I play the Najdorf in Tidal Tuesday. I play the Najdorf in Grand Swiss. I play the Najdorf probably in the candidates as well. Who are we kidding? It's just. I'm just an open book, at this point.
Taimanov.
All inflexible, limited.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll still hope. We'll still hope.
Yeah, we will hope. I mean, today is the final day of Split 1. You could start, on blank pages, fresh start next Tuesday, game week 1 and Split 2.
Yeah. But then again, I would love to, but then I have to say that I play the Global Chess League, World Rapid Blitz, and I play Vacanzesa. But I will see. Maybe this next split is my thing. But also, of course, I'll need to play a few to warm up, I'm sure, because I think the level is very high now. People are adapted to new, probably, time control. I played the other day, I logged into, I played some from my real account as well, some 3+0, because I don't play 3+0 in training games usually. I play with increment. I played some 3+0 on my real account. I felt so stressed, I was like, Jesus, I haven't been doing it in a while. I used to play Bullet sometimes, but somehow Bullet is still different. But I was so stressed and it was going so fast and time was flying. I don't know what, I wasn't thinking, but time was going away. So I need to warm up to this time control as well. It's very, very hard. And I think the players who always play, you see the usual suspects, they're getting better and better. They're really good at chess right now. And I'm just not one of those people.
All right. Well, we're going to be super excited the day that we do see you in Title Tuesday, Anish.
No, we'll for sure. One day for sure will happen. For sure. Because
it's gonna be a big
I remember the days, and it was just last year, I think, where I was really into it. At some point, I even had some Title Tuesday things where I like knew exactly, what I set up. I play against whom, and I would know, yeah, this guy do that order, this guy do this order, and I was really into it. I was doing well week after week. Like for my standards now, I would be like in the top 10. I would get prize every now and then. Even I won one even. So like I can get into the Title Tuesday mood, and I will get there again one day. Just maybe not yet today, but yeah. But I love Title Tuesday now. Also, like the thing is, it's as a spectator, it's so great. You can't even imagine. Oh, you probably can because you are a spectator.
Yeah.
Like it's really nice.
Yeah.
I thought it would be cool, but I would never have imagined how cool it is as a spectator to watch that drama and the time control and the flagging and just like how they're able to find these brilliant moves in just those crazy time troubles. It's just, it's been massively entertaining to me, actually, Title Tuesday. So
yeah, but also like very for players who are even who are very strong. It's also very interesting to learn thoughts of a player. Like for example, when Magnus is streaming, right? He is sharing his thoughts in such an chess is really something he understands so extremely well, and he's able to share it through words as well. He just does it really well, and it's a very good learning experience for all strong chess players, because they get to compare their thoughts to Magnus's, and in some cases even you could then compare them to afterwards with the computer. What did Magnus think? What did you think? And what is it that you don't understand? So yeah, I think it's just so spectators is just really, really good, and it's also so accessible. Like I think it was unimaginable before COVID, like only like 10 years ago. Imagine just that you have weekly somebody this strong, one of the greatest players of all time, sharing with you his playing on the go. Like the whole notion of that, like I think it's like Banter Blitz thing. It started at some point, and it was not done by the best players in the world. It was such an exclusive thing, and now it's happening weekly. And in particular, in the case of Magnus, he's also really doing his best to try to explain his moves, because you could be slacking. Like there are basically two ways of streaming. Like I'm not gonna go on a big tangent, but probably anyway, you guys are watching this game and it's super, super slow. So like there are two ways of streaming. Well, maybe three, but like basically two ways of talking about chess. You could either be describing what's happening without adding any information. You could say that, bishop e3, I'm blocking the diagonal, I'm developing a bishop, I want to bring the knight out. Like, or you could even just be literally saying what you're doing. So you just say, I bring the bishop out. Or you could say, you could rename, call it a juicer, and just say, I bring the juicer out. As an example.
Yeah.
And then the other guy says, okay, he brings the rook. He says, okay, he also brings the rook in. Then I say, okay, I bring the pony out. And then you can say, I'm pushing a pawn. On, I'm cheating on the diagonal. Or you could say, and you could just keep describing what you're doing exactly. It doesn't add more information to the viewer. It sort of enhances. It's like a sound effect to the move. Like I already see that the juicer has moved. I see that with my eye, but now I also hear it through my ear. The juicer has moved, and it feels like enhanced, but it's the same information through different. And you can also draw an arrow with it as well. And then it's like 3 times. You made the move, drew the arrow, and send me the sound. So now I really know that you moved the juicer, but I haven't learned anything beyond that. But if you can explain, for example, that like. More behind it, like that maybe that you prioritize development over sacrificing the pawn, or give alternatives that you thought about, or offer other things, or talk about the pawn structure, and not just talk about it in describing what it is, because you could describe it as, because I can see that it's a bathtub formation, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's a certain formation. But if you explain it, let's say in this particular case, the desirable e5 break weakens the diagonal, like these things, they add some information. And I think with some streamers, like with Magnus, for example, like you get that extra information from watching.
Yeah,
and as a strong player, you'll notice the difference.
Exactly. And yeah, it's as close as you get to these brilliant minds when you see the streaming for Title Tuesday. I love it. I'm going to give David a quick break.
I'll be back.
It's Tuesday on his shirt. He has Title Tuesday coming up later today as well.
Don't go anywhere. Anish, I'll be back.
Yes. Anish, we're also going to bring in some other people into the studio. Someone I think you're going to be excited to see. Anish, we do have a question for you from the chat from the host IVL. What would you do, or what would your plan be to defend this position for white to hustle a draw? Is there any chance, you think, for...
No, I understand that they came to the right address, let's say.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the draw is pointless now. Draw is pointless. So you have to hustle a win.
That's such a good
no,
point.
That's the whole problem.
Yeah.
That's the whole problem. That's why we are here in the first place. That we are not really hustling a draw. We are trying to hustle a win. Well, you just really hope, honestly, that Andre will be too nervous about being so close to the candidates that he just burns time and starts making suboptimal moves. And then, that somehow it will all work out. Like, you have to really, like, as white, you will have to be reactive now. You have to bring the knight into the game from B1. And then you'll have to, and bring the rook out probably from A1 to C1. So your plans are simple. The problem is that black also has plans, and you will not be in time. But you just hope, I think. You just hope. Never lose hope.
Yeah, Esipenko is much better in this game. He won the first game yesterday. It means it is must-win for Yakubov today to have any chance of taking it to tie breaks. Otherwise, it will be Esipenko taking third place in the World Cup and qualifying for candidates. We have a new person in the studio, Arjan Tari. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's been interesting following the games.
It really has, and Anish Giri is joining us as well. You guys know each other well.
Yeah, I was just seeing the stream before I came here. That Anish was commentating, so it's cool. We saw each other in India recently, so.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he did last longer than me though.
Yeah. Well.
Not much though, Arjan. Really not much.
Was it a couple more rounds?
Yeah.
No.
It was third round or fourth round.
No, Arjan. I was knocked out very fast. I lost in like a third round.
Oh, you played Donchenko in the.
Yes.
In the third round.
I
thought it was fourth. Okay, third.
And you made it too.
Yeah. No, it was.
But I got knocked in the second round. It was a tense match. I played 1-1 in the classical, but I lost the tiebreak. So
it's the format is brutal. I'm so impressed that you guys go there and play this. But we've been talking about candidates now, and we're talking about teams. And you guys have worked with each other before.
Yes.
And I know you're not going to reveal anything, but is this someone you're thinking about bringing on your team, Anish?
Yeah, for sure. Because especially Arjan, he worked with Fabiano after that. So he has all these Fabiano secrets now that he can reveal. So I think he's very smart because he can keep going back and forth and every time reveal the secrets and up the price every time. So you could definitely do that.
Yeah, so I worked with Anish in 2021 and the beginning of 2022 in January. But recently I worked for Fabiano. I was working for Fabiano this year. I was in Norway Chess with him and also in FIDE World Cup for a month. So that was like the recent.
Are you already booked for candidates, or you cannot reveal?
I'm not gonna say anything. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm very happy that Anish is qualified. It was 2020 last time you played, right?
Yes. I think when I played when I worked with you, it was after that. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was summer of 2021. I came with you to some GCT tournaments.
After that. Soon after that.
Yeah,
but it was great. I mean, to work with Arjan, and Arjan's very experienced. Yeah, he's also interacted with Magnus as well, multiple occasions. Yeah, and just overall a really nice guy. You know,
I appreciate that. Thanks.
Knowledgeable, nice, affordable price. So just
very important.
I'm joking. Very expensive too. Very expensive too. No, very good. So we had a very good time.
Yeah, of course. We do have Grandmaster Arjan Tari in the building. He is in the Take offices today. First and foremost, to play and stream Title Tuesday later today, which is very exciting. But since we do have this watch party, we're so glad that Arjan could make it here a little bit earlier to follow the games. What's your first impression now of this third place battle?
I mean, I was very surprised when Yakubov took on d5. It seemed like suicide, actually giving up the light squared bishop. But given the match situation, he's in an all-in situation. Like he has to just go for something. But it seems like Esipenko really has it under control, and it's also a position that is very, quite easy to play for Black. I think his pieces are on good squares. Black doesn't have any weaknesses. I mean, White only has one pawn, but the rest is pretty good for Black, and he's also his time usage has been good. So Esipenko has been in very good form this tournament. It was kind of heartbreaking to see that blunder against Wei, but I've been rooting for him in general, and I hope he clinches the match.
Okay. All right. Well, Esipenko, if he gets a draw or a win in this game, he makes it to the candidates to play Anish Giri and the other guys, and maybe Arian Tara will be a second for one of the players. Who knows? Now, Anish, who would you say is a favorite to win candidates?
I think small favorite must be Fabiano. He's qualified. I think he's played like every candidates for the past many years. Mm-hmm. And just the fact that you are able to qualify to that so consistently. And I think in some of the cycles he has qualified, like one cycle he qualified through all the routes, I think, that exist. Or close to that.
Oh, that's true.
So
yeah.
I think in consistency you can tell that if your consistency is this high, probably your ceiling is also high. So, and he has once qualified from the candidates to the match against Magnus, and he's the person... Okay, Magnus had many tough matches, but this was one of the tougher ones. Yeah, he's delivered high level also at the match. So naturally, Fabi comes to mind as if you have to pick one player who, let's say, has not 1/8, but a little bit more of a chance. But of course, if you have to choose whether you bet on Fabi or on everybody else together, of course you take everybody else together. So I'm not thinking Fabi is very likely to win the candidates. But if you had to pick one guy, probably he's the one. Pragnananda has had an incredible form as well, but the last few tournaments a little bit less. He's slightly slowed down, so the momentum is slightly gone. But still, Prague also comes to mind. That's really everybody is in with a shot.
Definitely.
I think even players I think even lower seeds like Blue Baum and potentially Andrei, I think they're not going to shy away from the fight. I mean, you saw last time what happened to some players who are trying to sort of. It's a very long tournament. You can't sit out in defense. Sooner or later, you'll be broken because everybody's coming for you. So if you're playing very defensive, you can defend once, twice, but at some point it will crack. So I think everybody will go for it, and you never know. Sometimes even an underdog, everybody tries to beat you, and then. It happened for example, Blue Baum won Grand Swiss this way. Yeah, he was defending he won the first few games and then started getting like Arjun was defending, counter attack and won. Then Prague was coming at him, or first Prague or then Arjun, the same. Defending the counter attack and won. Then Vincent was coming, he was defending, and he was defending, and finally by defending he won a few games, and counter attacking, chess also worked. So I think could be anyone really. Nowadays, especially, could be anyone.
Yeah.
Wouldn't rule out anybody.
Definitely. I mean, the younger guys, they're definitely more unknown. I guess, like for Fabi, for yourself, for Hikaru, your style, your openings, it's so known, right? You guys have to do a little bit more preparation probably for these. Well, they're not unknown, but.
Question. A little bit, yes. On the other hand, because of the experience, we have already done more, right?
Yeah.
So we have, I think by default, let's say I know more than, let's say, Sindarov right now, yeah? I have more knowledge of, chess openings, whatever that's worth. I mean, I'm not sure that makes me a better player, but it's just, I'm not even sure if that makes me better in the opening itself, but at least I have that knowledge, which is maybe irrelevant, but it is there.
Yeah.
So probably if we both work now with the same intensity, I'll be building on something larger than him, which again, I'm not sure will help me win the candidates at all. But that's a thing which could be positive for me. So having experience is helpful. Of course, yes, it's harder for me to surprise players because I've had opportunities to surprise them already, and I have surprised them. And, I have but it's different. Like I've flooded people with games. Like I have thousands of games in the database, and people, if they want to prepare for me and they want to look at every game, they will just spend endless amount of time looking at all my games. And often I want to play something and I see like, oh, I already played it. But then just trying to find an opening for me, let's say with White, that I haven't played before, is so difficult. I've played everything.
Yeah.
I've really played everything. And so I'm, some surprise effect is gone, but at the same time, because of this flood of games of mine, I hope that people are unable to prepare for everything, because it's like, preparing for me is like preparing for everything, It's like, it's a flood of information that, it's exposed, but at the same time, it's just flooding people with like just too much. And also I have all these Title Tuesday games that you were talking about from last year.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
so that's why you should play them, add more all the time.
Yeah, I have to add more information. But at some point it was my strategy to just keep adding, because I'll just keep flooding people. That's also why I do courses and stuff like, and I have some new courses in mind where the plan is to just flood people with information and make them lose their minds preparing.
Yeah. Arian, how much chess are you playing this? So we have a question from Stuckfish in the Twitch chat. Can Arian tell us what he's up to these days? Because we don't see that much of him. So you played in the World Cup.
Yeah, actually then after that I went to the Cayman Islands. So I flew from India 30 hours to the Cayman Islands. And I played the weekend tournament in the Cayman Islands. It was some IMs playing. It was a good prize fund. that's why I decided to go there. And I had some of my friends. Eric Hansen was there in the Cayman Islands. And after India, I decided to go somewhere nice. Nice. The Cayman. I don't know if you've heard about the Cayman Islands. It's a really beautiful place. The travel was brutal. Like it took me over a day to get there, but it ended up being worth it. It was a very enjoyable trip.
Wow.
But I'm playing quite a bit. I'm going to play a closed round robin in Buenos Aires in December. So Shirov is playing, Cheparinov is playing.
Wow.
Granda Zuniga is playing. Yeah. Faustino is playing. So the strongest 12-year-old in the world. It's quite a strong field. So I'm playing there in 2 weeks. So I'm just trying to get ready for that.
Nice. So you are playing quite a bit, but you also moved to the US for studies, right?
I moved to the US. It was honestly more for like more balanced life. I missed having a bit of balance. So just doing a bit of different things. It was up for a new experience.
Okay, so school isn't your main priority these days then?
I would say it's like, it is priority, but not like full priority. Like I'm doing other things as well. It's just good to have a balance.
Did you ever consider studying Anish?
Well, I finished my high school. After that, I think it was never really a moment where it was realistic, I considered doing university degree for sure when I was, at school. But at some point, and by the time I was graduating school, I was playing a lot of the top tournaments, and it was just not very realistic, especially the way I wanted to do it. Like, I imagine you could try and do some really part-time degree or something for some reason. You could, if you really want to. You have the time for that, but not in the traditional sense where, you go to you study almost daily and you have every couple of months an exam or whatever. I think to combine that with professional chess is really hard. And it's not something that anybody really did, I think. So I never really considered it in that sense, no.
Yeah, it's obviously time consuming. You cannot just take off all the time and play tournaments. Yeah. So for Anisha, it wouldn't make sense at all to do it. But I'm playing some important tournaments here and there. But I'm happy with my choice. Just experiencing some different things, because up to the age of 25, I was only playing chess, and I actually felt a bit burned out the last couple years, and just wanted to.
Think about something else, or get some other influences and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I wasn't sure about the choice, but I just felt like it wasn't much to lose. So why not try some different things?
Yeah, that's very nice. But I actually heard, and this is of course a very interesting discussion. Why are there no women top 100 in chess? Because when you look at performances in school, girls often do a lot better than guys in the subjects that you would think makes you also good in chess. And I heard that one of the theories is that girls who are good at chess are often also very good at school, and more girls than boys will then say, well, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to study, I'm going to get my degree just so I have something to fall back on. While boys will be much more up until, their 20s and 25s. No, I'm going to go all out on chess. I'm not going to study. I don't need a backup plan. I'm going to go for it. Do you guys believe in that theory?
Yeah, I think it makes sense that maybe boys take more risk in general in that sense, and the women go for the more safer approach. I mean, based on my life experience and what I've seen, I think that is kind of true.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we look at the numbers, more men are playing chess. Like, there's much more men playing, and that's also why we have more top players. I mean, Hui Fan, I guess if she would be active, she would still be in the top 100, but she would be the only one.
Yeah. What do you think, Anish?
Yeah, no, I think there are many things as well. Like, I mean, it's for sure a combination of certain factors, definitely. But it's really hard to generalize. Also, you have these, you could sort of have those like averages where you say like, they say that like men tend to do more this or then that. But then you can always be like, but I know this one woman, and like she's like so much more, I don't know, whatever, like aggressive than me or something, like, or and I'm a man, and then suddenly you also make an argument. But then it's just so hard to talk about it. But you do have like what I think really matters is that for every girl who's playing, like what really matters right now, and I think what's really helpful is that every girl who's playing now, she knows that you can be a top player because you have Judith Polgar and you have Hui Fan, and she knows that, like, okay, to talk like the brutal way, like it's not an excuse, to give up fighting, let's say, that if you've lost whatever and you can't crack your next rating goal, it's not because you're incapable of it, just because you are a girl. That Judith Polgar managed, and so. I think that's a positive thing overall, that from a perspective of a single girl who is like trying to become a professional player, she is not discouraged, and she knows that although there are not many, it's possible. So I think that's really, really important, and I think you see it not only with gender but also with things like role models, like geographically as well as a thing. Like many like success of Indian players, attributed to Vishy Anand. I'm sure the Uzbek chess school or whatever, the whole infrastructure around chess has been built, on top of like success of Rustam Kasimjanov. They saw that it could be one of them, and obviously that, of course, like with your own head. Without Judith, also you would know that like as a girl you can, and as an Indian player you can, or as an Uzbek player you can. But like having a role model is really inspiring. And I think that, but that goes beyond just sex, or gender. It's also geographically. It's just nice to have role models. True. And I guess for Arjan is also a thing, like probably having Magnus as some role model also inspired him in his own career as well, being a Norwegian.
Yeah, definitely. Magnus is also 9 years older than me, so growing up, I was always looking up to him. Like, I started playing chess at the age of 5. Magnus was 14 at the time. He was already a strong grandmaster.
Yeah.
And like basically when I was like 9 years old, like he was close to #1 in the world. Yeah. So
and to see a Norwegian becoming world champion, that must have been super inspiring.
Yeah, obviously that gave a lot of motivation. Yeah. It was weird, like growing up in small Norway, and we had the best player in probably history. So inspired me. I don't think I would be like as good I am today if it wasn't for Magnus and the chess boom.
Wow. Well, Magnus Carlsen, he's still an active player. He loves to play Title Tuesdays. He's going to play later today, but he is not going to play the candidates. Anish Giri will play. Arjan might be helping out. Who knows? And one of these two players on the screen will play in the candidates. Right now it's looking like Espenko. We have a move on the board. I'm going to... first of all, Anish, what do you think? What's happening in this game now?
Yeah, actually, I like that. So when I was saying that I didn't think CD3 was the best move, if you remember a long time ago, I kind of I thought it wasn't because of knight b2, and I actually thought knight c5 was the one, but I never really said that. But I did think that because with a knight challenging the d3 pawn, it's much more significant because the pawn on d3 was blocking that square. But if the knight gets there, let's say you make now knight bd2 move, the same knight move as we were making before, knight from b1 to d2, and then black will take with the knight from c5 to d3, then you have this powerful knight there in the middle of white's position, so close down the board. And that is a big upgrade for black, as opposed to having a pawn there, which is so firmly blocked. Because these pawns on the 6th rank, or like the 3rd rank for white, it's kind of an interesting phenomenon. Like, it's a very common occurrence in chess. You've got this pawn on this sort of 6th rank towards you, and it's really far. It's not often far enough to be a threat, but it's kind of so deeply in your own camp that you can attack it. It's like you can often surround it. And it's actually often also a weakness as well, especially in an endgame. So not having a pawn there, but having a piece there instead is much, much better. And that's what Yasipenko is trying to do. And I think it works. I mean, taking the knight with the bishop, it's clearly okay for black in like many, many ways. Even the endgame is for sure fine with the bishop supplying pressure. I mean, it's only a question if black is better or how much black is better. I think just queen trade, bishop to even b6, rook to e8 and d8, and you just take on d4, make a draw, or you go some f5, or you go something else, and you even win. So I think black is so secure here, and Yasipenko has enough time. It's a very good decision so far, and I think for Yakuboyev was also lots of blows, one after the other, because from his perspective, he's entered the tiebreak with Sindarov. He lost that tiebreak. If he enters the match with Yasipenko, he loses that match. From Yakuboyev's perspective, he's been receiving blows for a while already. And it's tough to recover from that. And this game is, so far, really looking very one-sided for Andrei.
It's looking good for Yasipenko. Anish, we've taken an hour of your time. Thank you so much for joining the Take watch party and, of course, sharing your thoughts on the candidates coming up for you.
Thank you very much, Kaya. It was a big pleasure. Send my best regards to David on his back. And good to see Aryan as well.
Good to see you. Good luck with the prep.
Best luck. Aryan is a very strong blitz player. I know why. I saw him a few times in casual settings. Like I remember once was in a bus or something. And he's playing sometimes blitz on the phone, even in like in between. I don't know if you still do that, Aryan, but and if you do that,
I actually played some games when I was on my way here, so it's always fun when you're waiting.
Fantastic.
You get really strong that way because you practice a lot. Yeah, it's like a game here, game there. It's an extra 100 of games a year. Or more, and that accumulates across the years. So that's why Aryan is a very good blitz player. Lots of practice, and it's very dangerous. I remember he played some Tile Tuesday game, played some Grand. He also plays these. Like he played some Grand Prix attack somewhere.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I had a good position, but you tricked me in the end. So.
Okay, I have to do something also. Yeah, I'm not gonna just lay there and and roll over. But still, it was not good. It was not good.
Are you playing tonight as well?
No, I don't. It's unlikely. But I'll be watching you. So don't. There's pressure. Yeah, don't relax.
Yeah,
you'll be watching.
I do hope you run out of excuses at some points for not playing Title Tuesday.
I tell you, 100%. No, I'm
looking forward to that day.
For sure. I'll be back for sure. It's a guarantee. I'll play Title Tuesday at some point, and I'll be playing it with full enthusiasm and powering on all cylinders at some point for sure.
Fantastic. Anish, thank you for joining us. We wish you best of luck with your prep and World Rapid and Blitz and everything coming up for you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Anish Giri is signing off. We have Aryan Tari, Grandmaster, here in the studio. We're watching the final day of the World Cup. This is the battle for third place. Yasipenko won the first game yesterday with a draw in this game. He is ready for candidates. He secured third place in the World Cup, and he is massively better on the bar. We're going to make a little bit of a change in the studio. We're going to bring Grandmaster David Howell back, and this pregnant lady needs to pee. So I'm also going to make a shift, and we're going to bring in tonight's host for Title Tuesday. You guys probably know him. He's well known in the chess industry. His name is Sverre, and we're shifting it up. Are you okay being in there a little bit longer?
Yeah.
Aryan,
yeah.
awesome. Aryan Tari will stay. And I will sign off. David's back. Enjoy, guys. And thank you to everyone on YouTube and Twitch chat. It's fantastic to talk to you guys. And there, I'll give this to you.
Wow, Anish, he finally got sick of us.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Oh, what have I missed? What have you guys been chatting about, Arian?
We were chatting mostly about the candidates, the players in general, the qualification path, and who has the most realistic chance to win. And Anish, that I think in general it's very equal, but Fabi has a bit more chance than the others.
More than Hikaru.
Yeah, I mean, Fabi has played more top tournaments recently. We'll see. I mean, Hikaru at his best is of course also can make it.
And I guess you weren't arguing with that Team Fabi.
No, obviously. I mean, I was with Fabi in Sinkful Cup and Norway chess, and he was been playing good classical chess this year.
Especially his openings, thanks to you.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm the one who can take credit, but he's been very consistent.
How much prep work actually goes into these days for the players going into candidates? How early do players start usually?
I would say like maybe 4 or 5 months before. Like once you know you're in the candidates and you know the players, you would start preparing. I mean, it's the most important tournament of your life, so you would prepare as much as possible.
Yeah, I seconded Peter Svidla in 2016 for the candidates, and over Christmas we spent like 3 weeks in -30 temperature in Estonia, just so we weren't allowed to go outside. They were like, it's too cold to go outside, you have to just stay in and study. It's months and months of work.
For a grandmaster and for someone who's grown up with chess, how much fun is that period? I mean, we've heard Magnus say so many times that it wore him down, but from other players, do they truly enjoy this, or is it just a strain?
I mean, it depends. Like if you like the people you work with, the company is good. You have good conversations and so on as well. It can certainly be a lot of fun to spend a lot of time with a team. Like you crack jokes, have dinners, conversations, and you play blitz. So it's a lot of fun like around it. But of course, like all the analytical work, like sitting and working with a computer for 8 hours, is not necessarily fun. I think David would agree with that.
Yeah, that's like my biggest nightmare. Like it's like my childhood dream to just hang out with friends playing blitz all day. But then when it comes to the hard work, that was like, oh no, it's just like give me a fresh position. I don't want to look at this Slav again. Like,
yeah, you know, especially these days, the computers has advanced so much the last few years. It's like harder and harder to find ideas, especially with the white pieces. Yeah. So like 10 years ago, like I would imagine like when David was second for Svidler in 2016, it was like easier to find ideas, but now it's like very
struggled, but
yeah,
but yeah, it was
very challenging to find some mini ideas here and there.
How long until Yasipenko can start looking at ideas, you think?
Not long.
For candidates.
for sure not long. I'd be surprised if this game takes more than 2 hours. I mean, this knight is looking very good on c5. So I said earlier that I think in general the bishop takes d5 decision was seemed like suicide to me, giving up the light squared bishop. Like white gets a pawn, but ruins his position. But that being said, Yakubuev is in a must-win situation, so he has to just go all in. And I think he thought that knight c3, knight c6 seemed like it was like fizzling out, so decided to go for something brutal.
But it's kind of cool to come back like this in such a. I mean, usually we don't pay much attention to the third place match and of any tournament, but here to actually qualify for the candidates and come back after losing the way he did in the semifinals, it does take some kind of resilience to do that.
Yeah, like, I was so impressed. I think if it were me, if I'd hung a rook in the semifinal of the World Cup, I would. I mean, it's like 50-50 whether I even turn up to the board the next day. I think I would just be so depressed, like. Biggest day of your life, and then that's what happens. It just feels like fate is being cruel. But yeah, very impressive. Like yesterday, he played really well. Like very calm, very composed. He looked a bit tired, but like he still got the job done.
Yeah, I was very surprised, and I was watching the live stream when he blundered. It didn't seem like that affected as like I think other people would be. I would also be completely devastated. Like the tilt is crazy. Like I don't know how you even like sleep after such a blunder. It's like his most important game in his career, and making a elementary blunder which you would like not make when you're 10 years old. It was very heartbreaking to watch, but I'm very happy to see Yasipenko coming back like this. He's a very deserved qualifier. He's been playing very good chess overall in this tournament.
It must be experience, right? From being an Arsenal fan and fumbling the title so many times.
Exactly. You've got to be a bit of a masochist if you're an Arsenal fan to begin with, and like the years of suffering, the years of just finding a way to wake up in the morning. And we're joking. Anyone who's an Arsenal fan, they'll probably win the league this year, so might be Esipenko's year as well. But yeah, it's been impressive for him the whole month here at the World Cup.
Are there any kind of problems in this position that could lead to issues for Esipenko? Is there somewhere where he might be in trouble if he miscalculates?
I would say not the position. It's mostly going to be nerves at this point. Like he seems to be controlling his nerves well in general. He's a calm, very professional guy. I've played against Esipenko before. It doesn't seem too nervous in general. But this position is not a difficult position to play with black. Like your pieces are on very good squares. Your bishop on b7 is a monster, and it's a position where black is much better. But it's also a position that is very difficult for white to play. So it's not like a position you're better, but it's complicated. Here, everything is in perfect harmony for black, and he's also up on the clock. So if Esipenko makes natural moves, I think it's just gonna clinch this.
Yeah, even checking with the computer, white's best moves are horrible. Like this is real suffering. I didn't even know where to start here with white, but yeah, I don't really see any way home, unfortunately, for Jakubov. Maybe if he finds all the best moves, he can scare Esipenko into taking a draw, and that's the same as a loss. So
it's quite the career-changing moment. I mean, I remember well from Norway Chess when I was with you, Arian, with your second, who I'm talking now about Kirill, who his career was in a way also defined by playing in the candidates at one point, and how it with the format today, it allows for not only the top-rated players to come in, but the fact that you can qualify in so many different ways. Do you think that is a way that it adds to the candidates?
Yeah, so I remember Kirill played candidates in 2021, 2022, and that's just such a high stakes tournament. The preparation you do to go into it, it really changes you as a player to be part of that. Like that if you have 2 good weeks, it can completely change your life, and you can get to the World Championship. So. Yeah, I think this is certainly Esipenko's career highlight if he draws or wins this game. And I know he was struggling a bit the last couple of years. Like in beginning of 2022, he beat Magnus in a nice game in Baikonze, and it seemed like he was going towards the top. But then the last couple of years, he was stagnating. He lost a bit of elo points, but he was always a very, very strong player, and it's nice to see him back up there.
And Aaron, what was your experience out there in India? Like, did you enjoy the place? Did you? I know there were complaints people Nepo was saying about the food, about the hotel, and everything. Yeah. Did you have any of those experiences?
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't enjoy India. It was one thing is the travel, but that's the same for everyone. But it was just. I also had to change my room at some point. I don't know if I had bed bugs, but I remember the same day I had to play tiebreak. I woke up at 6 a.m. My body was just itching the whole night. Something was off, and I went and talked to the reception. And I remember I don't know if I should say players, but somebody else was also in the reception, complaining with me and confirming my thoughts. So. Yeah, the hotel was not something to write home about. There were some problems in the hotel, and
not so accommodating either, right?
You don't expect in the year of 2025, you're staying in a 5-star hotel. It was also quite an expensive hotel, and there's no stable internet connection. My internet would crash all the time. So it was very, very disappointing. I was almost happy to leave I mean, of course, that I was very sad to get knocked out, but in some way, it was I didn't enjoy the stay. So I mean, I know, of course, when Nepo, for instance, lost and he was complaining, he comes off as a bitter loser. But there were certainly some truth to it. I will say that. And also my trainer in the US, Grigory Oparin, who like I go to uni and he's like the coach there, and like he also saw some bed bugs. There were.
It sounds like the two worst thing you could expose a chess player to: bed bugs, so that you can't sleep and can't get your focus. But a lack of internet, that is not a way to go for a chess player. Yeah, for sure. Because to prepare for your games, you need to analyze with a cloud engine. Like these days, you need a strong computer. You cannot use the computer. You cannot use the chess computer on your computer. Like you need to connect to a stronger engine. And for that, you need internet connection. So when I would do that, like, it would just very often crash. Like I couldn't do that in a nice way. I remember I was sitting sometimes close to the lobby to get good internet connection. And it was surprising because I've been to India before, and I know the hotels in India are usually very, very good. Like I was in India in 2022 during the Olympiad. Hotel was impressive. Also in 2014, I was there for World Juniors. So usually hotel standards in India are good, but this time it was quite disappointing. Wow. By the way, I have a funny story about that. I also work a lot of tennis broadcasts. There is one player on the tennis tour who's now in the top 10 in the world. He would choose his tournaments based on the internet connection of the partnering hotels, because at the same time as he was one of the best tennis players, he had a side gig as a professional gamer. So he had to stream, and that was the sole basis for which tournament he would play, except for the biggest ones. That was Taylor Fritz, by the way.
Oh, okay. I was trying to guess.
Yeah, it was I left a bit of a quiz towards the end of the statement there.
Okay. Yeah, internet connection is important for tennis players, but probably even more important for chess players. So one other thing, it sounds like I'm complaining a lot now, but chess players, they really like to walk. So after the games, before the games, you like to just go for a walk, like get a fresh mind and so on. But like there was actually no place to walk there. Like if you would leave the hotel, it was like just like dogs out running after you and so on. So and there was no like place in the hotel to walk. So you would just be in your room. Wasn't much to do.
But at the same time, it's amazing what role India really has played towards the chess world as of late. I mean, starting with Vishy Anand, just his rise to the top, how it's hosted a world championship, how it's become such an important destination for chess and everything they're doing to build a chess, to now. I mean, it may not be reflected in the candidates the way the ratings show, but how India is dominating chess right now. It's really. I'm just bringing forth everything that is really happening these days. It's truly amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the players, they've got the support, they've got this huge network. They're hosting these big events, Olympiad, World Championship. World Cup. It's really nice to see. Probably the most passionate supporters out there as well.
I noticed that when I travel with the chess tournaments, how extremely passionate Indian fans are. It's really amazing.
Yeah, I would say by far it's the #1 country in terms of chess fans. Like you just feel it like when you go to the event. Like there's so many people like who are passionate about chess, asking for autographs. Even the World Cup, like after the games, everyone asking for pictures, and it's really, really great to see the love they have for chess. And that's something I really appreciated when I went to India as well.
Yeah, I played the best tournament of my career at the Olympiad in 2022 in India, and it's because there were so many fans. I felt like a freaking rock star. I loved it. Like people crowding me, being like, "Can we have a photo?" I was like, "Yeah, you can." Like it feels so nice that chess is finally appreciated. It's like. It's what I've been dreaming of in England and Europe.
Like, and it's so cool what they've done with chess journalism as well, with Chess-Based India, and how they work towards everything, and they show such a strong presence to really show how passionate Indians really are.
Yeah, that's true. If only we could have that everywhere. Like Sagar Shah is like a machine as well. Like the man never sleeps. Like,
he's amazing. He's truly amazing.
Eats, sleeps, and drinks chess.
I'm looking at that age pawn being moved up here. What can Harry do for trouble for Yesipenko right now?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a few moves to push the pawn. Maybe you bring your knight forward, but that knight at the very minimum could be taken. Probably doesn't really do much. I have a feeling it's maybe just to hide the king, but maybe it's more defensive than attacking.
I like the energy of this move. H4 is like it's basically the definition of all in. Like when you're throwing all your pieces in the attack, you also have to include H4. I mean, it is to just get a square for the king on H2. Like potentially maybe support some knight G5. But there's just like nothing else to do. Like White would be happy to play like rook c1 and try to go after a c4 pawn, but the knight on d3 is just never gonna allow that. So it's like just very hard to see white making a single threat here. So a move like h4 is it's a bit of desperation, but it's like not much else to do. He just has to try for like some h5, h6 or knight g5.
And how do you think Esipenko is going to try and secure this? Like, what should he be playing? Is it just bring the rooks to the center and then just...
That would be my first instinct. Maybe like rook a to d8, just bring the rook to the center. And you very often you can have this like bishop c8 resource in some positions if you want to attack the white queen, but it doesn't seem like that's needed now. And knight g5 can always be met by g6. The queen has to go to a sad square h3, or g4. You can play h5.
So what you're saying is it's not just that it's bad; it's not even that sharp for.
Yeah, sometimes you have these positions where you have like a very bad position, like you're lost, but it's kind of like complicated. You can kind of see like that you can make some threats, like black blundering something, but here the knight on d3 and the bishop on b7 are just two so strong pieces. Like I would say the bishop on b7 and the knight on d3 are kind of like stronger than the rook on f1 and the rook on a1. So they're just like dominating the whole board at the moment. And yeah, black doesn't have any weaknesses. Like if black's pawn, let's say, would be on, let's say if the h pawn would be on h5, or let's say the g pawn would be on h6 or something like this, there would be some kind of weaknesses. But now the king side is just very, very solid. So it's hard to create threats.
So nerves isn't really a problem either, where he can play the slow moves and still be fine.
Yeah, and like Aaron said, like probably the most natural move to bring the rook into the center is also just by far the strongest. So it's kind of often nerves play a part when the path narrows. You have to find some clever moves with some small details, and I don't know, you can't focus because of the nerves. So you think a bit more. Here, it's like the obvious move is also the good one. So it's very hard to go wrong. And he's got a load of time on his clock, like 10 minutes more than his opponent. Like maybe the killer blow, if he's trying to win with black, that might be take a bit more kind of concrete calculation later. But
it's an easy way to draw.
Yeah, I think at the very least.
Yeah.
And if white tries to do anything crazy, probably it's even easier to force a draw with black, or even easier to win maybe. So yeah, I mean, it just looks like you bring your rook in, you bring your bishop forward, and maybe if white does nothing, you can even grab a pawn at your own leisure. And
black's position is so healthy that you can even like waste three moves, and he would still be completely in control.
Well, that must be a perfect situation for those who are nervous, though, because those are the kind of situations where you can waste moves, right?
Yeah, he can waste moves. Like I guess Jakobua will maybe try to go like king h2. Next, and try to play for maybe knight g5, knight e4, but again, g6 drives the queen back, and you know, like once you move the g5, once you move the f3 knight, you also open the diagonal for the bishop on b7, which might invite some queen to c6 in some positions, and also like. Yeah, like you can see that the pawn on b2 is hanging, but it's kind of like the knight on d3 is so strong that you don't even want to waste time taking it.
Yeah, just everything in black's favor. And that's the problem. If you're in a must-win situation with white, you either kind of burn your bridges very quickly and then lose quickly and without many chances, or you just keep the game going, and you might still never create anything. So it feels like Jakubov tried to take a risk early, and it just immediately backfired. We've all been there.
I actually liked the opening choice of Jakubov, but it seemed like Esipenko was well prepared. But I still don't understand. I mean, I don't know if he had to be so desperate that he had to take on bishop takes d5 in that position. It seemed like. I mean, I know that he has to go all in and play for the win, but it seemed very early. Like maybe I thought knight c3 was very natural here, and I mean it's still kind of like some imbalance in the center, and. Anything can happen.
And you suggested the black knight coming out? Or?
Yeah, black knight coming out to c6, and maybe he thought that, like, let's say if he takes the pawn on d5 now, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, let's say queen takes d5, knight takes e5, f takes e5, bishop takes e5, and he didn't like that too many pieces would get traded off. But still here, at least, like white has the important bishop on g2 alive, and I mean this looks much more playable to me than what happened in the game, because without that light squared bishop, white's king is always so weak.
So just for those who came in a little later to this game, it's been just gradually deteriorating for Yakubov, or?
Yeah, b5 is also such a nice move. Like we can show, like if white takes the rook on a8, let's go bishop b7, queen to a7, yeah, knight to c6. So white has to trade knights, queen takes c6, and now we see kind of the downside of not having that bishop on g2. Black is threatening mate. You need to play pawn to e4 to stop that. But let's say after bishop to b8, the white queen is just trapped. So maybe b5 was what Yakubov missed, that the bishop gets to b7 immediately. But it just looked looked wrong to grab that pawn.
Yeah, feels like one mistake on move 11 and he's just got no chances. Whereas in the other line that you showed there, like at least the game is alive and it's still 50-50, and maybe there the opponent could get nervous. But yeah, fast forwarding, it's fast forwarding to this live position. Yeah, not much chance, I think, here.
It's so much fun going through the table of this tournament. That's what I really love about the World Cup format, because it's so exciting to see the surprises that comes during, especially with this 2-game format, and just seeing the surprises along the way and how things are building up. I mean, I don't think a lot of people would have expected to see Yakubov top 4, but at the same time, it does create for these great storylines.
Yakubov was actually in my bracket.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, he was in my bracket. So yeah, I guess, so I won my first match, and the second match I played Pranav. He's currently the world junior champion, one of the up-and-coming big talents from India. I think he's 19 and around 26-50. So I thought in general like it was a 50-50 match, but when I saw that Wesley got knocked out, I somehow just like got so hopeful. I was like, if I actually manage to win this match, my next match will not be Wesley So. It will be someone lower rated than me. And if I would win that one, I would face Yakubov in the fourth round.
It becomes like a football tournament. Like, oh, look, Brazil is out. I have a chance. And
yeah, exactly. Like before the event, I thought like if I get knocked out in the third round, let's say against Wesley, it's like let's say a respectable run. But once Wesley was out, all the chances were there. But yeah.
I felt the same back in 2017. I played against the world junior champion at the time. I was like, oh, I can get through this. Then it's got an easier run. It was Arian. He knocked me out. So these world junior champions there.
How was that match, by the way?
It was a very tense match. Yeah. I think it went to the 5 minutes blitz game. Like we made like 1-1 in the classical, 1-1 in the rapid. Although it has to be said, like in the rapid, I was so lost. Like I remember during the game, I was like sure that was like going to be the moment I get knocked out, and I don't know, somehow by a miracle, I was like had a lost position. I was getting mated. By a miracle, I managed to survive. And
is that how you felt, by the way? It was just a miracle. Nothing due to you at all, right, David?
Try not to think about it. But I did get crushed in that blitz game, and then I think that was the final game. Yeah, it was the blitz game.
That last game, I kind of got a preparation in, and it worked. It worked my way, but it was very tense. But I also remember, like I think one of the games. You offered me a quick draw with white, and you had some kind of
like I went back up to my room, they wouldn't let me back in, and then I was like super stressed, and I'd literally sprinted down, and the lift wasn't working, so I was like sprinted down, and I was like a bit on edge, and then I shouldn't have offered a quick draw with white, but I got punished.
The Uzbeki player here obviously has to try something, so we don't care too much about the evaluation bar moving, but is there something to create now by the moves he's making? Do you see what his plan is?
I think this last move, he's just trying to defend this pawn, but as Aaron said, like probably black wasn't going to take it anyway, so I'm not sure if it's part of a bigger plan or whether he just doesn't see any useful moves. He's just saying to Yasipenko, like, come and get me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I see the eval bar here going all black. That means it's probably just winning somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a knockout punch for black, but same man. When you see your opponent playing rook b1, you're not going to be too scared. there's no
this
big,
is just a
big threat.
defensive move, nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like you can even play a move like a5 with black. Like you're not ruining your position by any means, and it's just no threats for white to play. Maybe I will just like play a move like a5, not burn any bridges, and ask Jakuboev what he wants to do.
But are we in the vicinity of a handshake now, or is this too important of a match to not try everything?
I mean, I would still say we're quite a bit away from a handshake. Like there's still like we have the queen on the board, we have the pieces and rooks, and white is not getting mated here, but we're kind of once the position kind of gets simplified, then we're gonna be much closer to a handshake. But it's kind of like if in Yesipenko's hands, if he wants to, I don't know, at some point force a decision like play bishop c5 or bishop c8 or g6 to attack the queen. I think at some point he's just gonna calculate something precise and go for it, and that's gonna kind of like decide things.
But he still has nerves, right? Yesipenko.
He still has nerves. Like he would always like be thinking, and you would always double check at this point considering the stakes. But he still has more time, so I'm sure he kind of thinks that he has it somewhat under control.
Can I suggest an idea that might try? Well, it's an attempt to get that handshake quickly. How about this move for black? Okay, hitting the queen, trying to force things.
Yeah, let's say queen h3.
Queen h3, and I'm just going to try and force things. I haven't calculated what happens after knight takes c4 yet, but bishop c5.
Yeah, bishop c5.
My idea was that if you take now, no other way to defend the bishop other than knight c1, but
yeah, so king h2,
and then knight. Yeah.
Yeah, so now if I go queen g2.
Yeah, then I take on d2.
Yeah, that's
over, right?
That's nice. So we see the power of bishop on b7.
Yeah, finally. So
that means that after g6, queen h3, bishop c5, white has to take on c4.
Oh, sorry. This is after rook b1. So rook b1 here. Yeah. And knight takes pawn.
But can you play like bishop d5 here?
Mm-hmm. Just keep it simple.
Yeah, so you're hitting the knight, and white is not in time to trade the bishops, because if you take on c5, black actually takes back with a check with the queen. Queen takes c5, and then in the end the knight hangs. So it looks pretty convincing, like bishop c5.
Yeah, and final question: like if white defend, this is ugly. I hate suggesting ugly moves, even if they're forced. Okay, let's try. Let's defend the other knight. It's all hanging by a thread, like this little triangle. Feels winning for black.
Yeah, so if you take on e3 and you play queen to c5 to attack the knight, you want to play g4.
I mean, I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to to defend the knight.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Oh, Kaja is coming in here offering coffee to the crowds. I like this.
Yeah, we need that. But even a position like this, if you would like take the bishop back to b7, it's like you're introducing threats of knight takes f4, and rook takes d2. It's just a white king is so open, and you don't have any threats. I don't know what white can play here. Like because if you move the rook from f1 to defend the knight on d2 with rook f to d1, suddenly the f4 pawn hangs. So you can't do that. And if you move the b1 rook, the b2 pawn hangs.
Yeah, this is really, really bad for white. So maybe this is the reason why white should be so good. And wow, this has all happened. Okay, he actually played bishop c5 first. There's been an exchange.
David can see the future.
Wow, yeah, he didn't flick in this g6 that I was suggesting. But I'll pretend I saw this. Now he jumps in with his queen, trying to get in. And what's the eval bar say? Oh, okay, looking very good for black right now.
So if you take the pawn on c4 now with a knight, black just plays queen to e2 check. The king moves to h3, and then the knight falls on f3. So that's not possible. So what can white do here?
Okay. Resign? I don't know. Not yet. Queen?
Queen h3?
Yeah. I was going to suggest king h3 and then, whoops, get skewered on the diagonal. So queen back.
I was actually just looking up at the monitor now, David, and I saw your T-shirt, and I love that. It's really cool.
Representing.
Yes.
My favorite day of the week.
But even here, like knight f2 is just over.
Oh, this is actually very similar to what we showed.
Yeah, so the queen doesn't have any square to protect the material. Like queen g2 runs into rook takes d2, and the pin is devastating.
Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe we will see a handshake. Maybe this will be the last few moves of the World Cup journey for Yakubov. At least the live position is this one. And
how detrimental is that to a career, David? I mean, you've qualified top 4, made the semifinals of the World Cup. There's 3 candidate spots, and you end up in 4th. Is that something that can be a killer to a career?
Could be. I mean, it's difficult. He's still so young. He's 23. Like, maybe it would just be more motivation for him. He probably didn't expect to be here. He's the lowest, or one of the lowest seeds now from the remaining 4. I mean, I can somewhat relate, slightly different, but when I played in the Grand Swiss in 2019, a win in the final round, and I would have been in the candidates. 2021 in the penultimate round, if I'd beaten Firouzja, I would have been in the candidates, even with a round to spare. So I can kind of see like how close it felt, and I was heartbroken both times. I never really kind of got the energy or motivation to go again. But I think being so young, he's got other teammates around him from Uzbekistan. I think they'll tell him, okay, you were so close, you can keep going, you're just starting your career.
And they're getting Sindarov in, which is also so huge for Uzbekis. So, I mean, imagine what is happening right now. I mean, with now not just one Nodirbek, we have 2 Nodirbeks who's dominating. We have Sindarov. It's pretty amazing what they've done.
Yeah, I mean, Yakubov, this is going to be a bit of a heartbreak, but his career is far from over. Like, he's 23, 2,700. He's on his peak rating. He's stronger than ever, really. So it's just a big beginning for him. Is going to have many more chances. He's had an amazing year. I think he won the tournament in Poland, Rubinstein Memorial earlier this year with very strong GMs. He's won the Qatar Masters in the field where Magnus was playing, Hikaru was playing. He's been a player who's been around for a few years, but recently had a big jump. This is definitely not the last we're going to see of Yakubov.
But I think you're actually one of the best people in the world to answer this question then. How important is it to have countrymen to stretch towards? I mean, you've grown up having Magnus a few years before you, paving the way. How important is what Abdusatoro, for example, is doing now for Yakubov?
Yeah, honestly, I would say I felt like that was the big thing I was missing in Norway. Like, I'm a bit jealous of like the Indian chess environment, the Uzbek chess environment. Like, they have like a lot of other strong grandmasters, like basically playing professionally, trying to reach the top, supporting each other, having training camps. But in Norway, I felt like I was just like all by myself. I didn't really have anyone to study chess with. So I felt that was like the environment I was missing. And when I look back at my career, I feel like if I had that environment, like people to study with, like they have, like, let's say Sindarov, Yakubov, Abdusattorov, that can really they can really push each other up so much. Like having people you can relate to, and like
and having that Olympic experience together as well.
Exactly. That environment is huge, because when you see your like rivals and friends in the same country like getting better, it's like they're kind of like pushing each other up. They're getting stronger together, and that just gives so much motivation.
I may be wrong, David, but team spirit did not seem like the British way of going about chess.
No comment. I think we used to pride ourselves in England that we were lone wolves. Like back, England's first ever grandmaster, Tony Miles. I mean, he would pick fights with all his teammates, left, right, and center. There would be trying to boycott the national team. They'd be like, "I'll play, but only if the England #2 doesn't play." And I think ever since the 70s, there's been a lot of in fighting and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it does kind of motivate you. Like one of my biggest rivals growing up was Gawain Jones, the Grandmaster, and like I became a Grandmaster. Then literally 1 month later, I became British champion. Then all he dreamt about was being British champion. We kind of pushed each other very high. So yeah, I wish there was more team spirit, maybe. And I wish I was invited to team dinners and things like that. But
yeah, but look, the two nations is really starting to take over right now. I mean, obviously, India's been going for a long time. Now Uzbekistan. We have the same kind of story. I mean, with some people, they're a group of people who's really pushing each other. And I mean, India also had Vishy, who's done so much for building Indian chess as a whole. It's quite spectacular.
And I remember you said something similar once at a dinner party about poker. Like there's these little pockets of players who push each other, who train together, who...
It's actually crazy. Like, to make some examples, for those who don't know, I used to be a professional poker player in the past.
World number 2.
But it was from the Norwegian environment that I was in. It was it was such a small group of people who went on to win World Series bracelets and to dominate on all kinds of different tournaments. But also, there was this Swedish city of, I believe it was Västerås, or no, it wasn't even, it was Linköping, I forget which one. They had a group of poker players that just grew up playing together, and they would go on to just dominate the poker world. Some of you who follow poker maybe know Johnny Laden, who came from a tiny, tiny, tiny place outside of Stavanger where they have Norway chess. It's called Jørpeland. Suddenly, this little island with a ferry connection had 2 to 3 of the best poker players in the world. I mean, these things do happen, and it's not random. I mean, I'm looking at Magnus, who grew up with Hammer, who played with him all the way through. I mean, they both one became a legend for all time, and one became an excellent 2,700 plus player. It's pretty amazing how you can drive each other.
Yeah, I remember also like Magnus back in the days said like he would not become as good if it wasn't for Hammer. Like a long time ago, he said like that rivalry with Hammer kind of helped him when they were very, very young. That it's gave him more motivation and pushed him more upwards. So having the rivalry is very healthy. Someone you sort of like compare yourself to and trying to hold behind, I guess. By the way, after this move G4, which shows the kind of like the sadness in White's position, I was thinking like, what do you think, David? Can Black consider the move 91?
Ooh, whoa, 91. And the idea is if I take, you take the knight. Check. Maybe I can move my king, but the idea is that this is really beautiful checkmate.
Yeah, it's actually probably unnecessary.
Flashy, I like it. That's a good way to qualify for the candidates.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just a move I thought about, but it's like, yeah, it's a bit unnecessary for sure. Yeah, so G4, like, I mean, you want to move the knight from D3 somewhere. Like, also, what is White's next move?
Resigns. White's next move, King G3, maybe.
Yeah.
Defend actively. But what's wrong with taking this pawn? Is there anything wrong with that?
Oh, you can actually just take the pawn. I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about your move either. So.
Yeah, I was just trying to look for a flashy finish, but knight f4. Yeah, if you take on c4, it's just queen e2.
Yeah, maybe there's no checkmate, but feels like there should be. Feels so close to giving checkmate. Like the problem is, like you can even just take the knight and you're never going to lose.
Yeah, take the knight, take on f4.
Yeah, but okay.
But it feels like you should have something.
Is that the nervous play?
Yes.
I would. You mean taking on c4? Yeah, that is nervous play. But it has to be a knockout here. That's for sure.
I would play this and be like, oh, I'm slightly better with black. Let's draw. And he's probably looking for checkmate instead. So. Okay. G4. It's got to be a knight move, as Ariane says, unless G6 is clever. But
yeah, G6 you can force the queen to G5. Or
don't know if that helps. Let's see where the eval bar is. The bar is all the way down. Yeah, it's not immediately obvious. That's probably why he's investing some time.
And can you play the move knight f2?
It's very good hitting this one.
But maybe you have rook a to e1 here. Rook b to e1.
Yeah.
I was thinking like rook takes d2
I
here.
was thinking too.
Rook takes d2, rook takes e3, knight takes g4.
Give up the queen. Oh, this is, yeah.
And then include rook g2. You can include rook g2. I mean, that has to be winning.
Check.
King h3.
King moves, knight
Takes e3, and then you have bishop c8 on the next move.
Yeah, the queen's almost trapped as well. Like, just to show that, yeah. Bishop check, and the king is going to die on the hill.
Yeah, so earlier, instead of going to h3 with the king, you probably should go to, let's say, h1.
Okay, so in, wait, this position? Wait.
Yeah, let's say rook takes d2, check. Rook takes e3, knight takes g4. You have to go. Actually, here you have a perpetual by force if you want to. Rook h2. Maybe that would be a nice way to finish. Rook g2. Obviously, like the rook cannot be taken because you take the rook and then you take the queen and black is a piece up. So it looks. Maybe knight f2 is the way.
Yeah. And let's just confirm that because I'm in that type of mood today. Knight f2. It is winning.
I mean, I see the bar reacts, but maybe like the best white has is that repetition.
And just to confirm that this is a winning variation, and in this final position, black can take a draw by giving checks, as Aaron said, guarantee the candidate spot, but he can also play on.
Like, what we in this situation, David? Like, would you be fine with a draw, or would you actually want to win?
Yeah, what's 5 rating points? Like, that's the only difference, right?
Yeah. Would you care about that?
I think if I could calculate I'm very, very safe after playing on, then I would play on. But if there was like more than 10% risk, I think I'd draw, get out of there.
Yeah,
Candidates in the bag.
Yeah, even 5%.
Even 5%, yeah. It's how about yourself? Would you?
I mean, candidates is just such a big deal that like I don't think I would. I don't think actually I would care about the 5 rating points in this situation because like you're gonna have such a long career and this like 5 points. How can that like ever change something?
Yeah,
5 rating points. Maybe if it was like the difference of like 2695 and 2700, you would kind of have the more motivation. But let's say if it's like 2720 or 2725, like it doesn't change your life. It's just.
How many rating points is the work that he now has to put down for the candidates actually worth, do you think?
Maybe it's hard to say. Maybe 20, 25 points.
Yeah.
I mean, the preparation you do, like that's just you become so much stronger by like you're. Let's say for the 2018 World Championship, Magnus did so much preparation for the match against Fabiano, and so that was like the November of 2018, and then in 2019 he had the best year of his career. Like I think he gained like 50 rating points based on the preparation he did for the 2018 World Championship match, and he was saying that he had so many like leftover ideas, so that can really pay off.
It's funny. I do a lot of work for Norwegian TV with Hammer, and having Hammer when we're doing Magnus games, and suddenly Hammer, obviously working with him in Chennai, bring like, oh wow, this is the 2013 idea. And he's never gotten to use it, and it's still there in the repertoire 12 years later, waiting to be used at the right moment. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, chess is such a like patient game, you know. I'm sure it's happened to me, for both me and David. It's like we would analyze a line, and you would kind of like often wait 5 years to play it. Like it feels like 2-3 years is not a long time in chess, and like using ideas. Like it just goes so fast, and like you very often have to wait a couple years. Like it can even be like 4 years you're sitting on something you wanted to play like in 2020. And
how excited are you when that situation actually arises?
Yeah, you're quite excited, but often like.
And how often do you actually remember the line?
Yeah,
that's also the problem, of course. But often like in those 4 or 5 years, like somebody else would play it. It's not like as juicy as it once was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
But it must be nice though if you have that like one major idea, something you've been like building up to for so long. You never get to utilize it, and you're almost dreaming about this line, and suddenly it shows up on the board.
Yeah, but the worst thing is then you have so much pressure on yourself. You're like, oh wait, I've saved it for 9 years. Now I have to win with it. Like, otherwise I've just wasted all of this energy, wasted all of this time. And then you sit at the board, you're like, oh, I don't really remember the details. Also, I only checked it 6 years ago and the computers back then weren't so strong. So you start to think of, like, feel a bit of doubt. The worst for me was, I think I was sat on an idea for like 7 years and I kept trying to play it. Nobody would let me. And then I showed it to a friend. The next tournament he played, he got it, he won. And now it's like his great novelty and like it was in all the magazines. And I was like, oh, it was mine, it was mine.
Who was the friend?
Niels Grendel, yes.
Okay, so it was a
Swedish
very good
number
player
one,
at least.
Yeah. And he actually played 3, like in the next tournament he played, we were looking at black openings. He used 3 ideas that I came up with, won all 3 black games and nearly won the European Championship. So I'm glad someone got to use my ideas.
Just in case people want to look it up, what game was that Niels played with that line?
I can't remember the opponent, but it was in a Fianchetto, like Fianchetto Grunfeld essentially, and white plays after d takes c4, knight a3, c3, b takes
Oh,
c3,
I actually stumbled into that game recently. It was against the Predka.
I was going to say Predka.
It was against Predka, a European Championship 2018. I remember.
Nice.
Pretty sure it was
19.
or 2019 maybe.
19,
Yeah, maybe 19. But yeah, I remember he won that. It was like a peace sacrifice, and he annotated the game for chess space. I didn't know it was your idea. I stumbled across that game.
Actually, no, sorry, that's Niels' idea.
Nils's.
We're not buying that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's Nils's. I've got no proof.
But when he annotated it for chess space, he didn't give you cred. Like he. I didn't see your name there.
My former friend.
Yeah. By the way, look at this flashy move, knight to c1. That's quite the way to qualify to the candidates. Like,
That's not a nervous move.
I mean, I think he was just he was happy to have the time to double check. Like, if you have the time to double check, like knight c1 is such a clincher. Like here, like rook takes c1, so you go rook takes d2, and so white cannot take the rook, as we saw earlier. Like queen takes d2 and queen g2 is mate. So white needs to move the king, I guess, to g3 again.
The white queen is nearly trapped.
Maybe you can just play queen e2.
Just keep going for checkmate. That's just over.
You have to play, yeah, I mean, if you play h5, you give a check and you take the knight.
Yeah.
Right?
Check. Takes, and still threatening. Some nice checkmates here.
Yeah, maybe this is what the brilliancy Esipenko has seen. Looks
What a way.
looks over. I mean, I don't see what else white can do than take the knight.
Yeah, this check as well is deadly. There's nowhere to go with the knight. If the white queen comes back, oh, this is sad.
But this has been an extremely, I mean, considering the stakes coming in here, Esipenko being a game up in this match with the black pieces, he's delivered an amazing game today.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering the fact that what happened against Wei, psychologically, that's incredibly tough to come back from. And then he comes back and plays 2 amazing games. Like, really, hats off to Esipenko. I think most of us would crack in that situation.
And just to show how lost white's position is, I just turned on the computer. The best move, according to the computer, is knight to e4, giving up the knight, bishop takes, and queen takes e4, just giving up the queen.
Oh my god.
And saying, I'm a queen for a knight down, but at least I'm not checkmated. This is how bad it is. Checkmate is, it's just going to end this game.
I mean, if your opponent resigns after knight c1, that's it's not as impressive as Magnus's queen h6 against Karyakin, but or queen h7 or queen h6.
Queen h6.
Yeah, queen h6. Yeah. But it's up there.
But we are getting close to that point, aren't we? Now we're very close to a handshake state.
Well, I think. Maybe after queen e2 he's going to resign, like rook takes c1, rook takes d2, and then just wait for Esipenko to find a move queen e2.
Yeah, let's checkmate.
Seems like a logical place to resign.
Yeah, that bishop just way too strong.
Yeah, but the thing is that actually you don't even need to be fancy with queen e2. Like, you can actually take on f3 first, rook takes f3, and then play queen e2. So yeah, Esipenko actually doesn't need to show anything. Yeah, he might just resign now.
Yeah. Could be seeing the last move.
Hey,
Confirmation.
maybe Esipenko
Candidates.
has so much adrenaline after this that he wants to play Tuesday chess afterwards.
Exactly.
Is there rest day tomorrow?
I mean, it's the end of the tournament.
Oh,
right?
wait, am I?
He's in the candidates.
Yeah, but there is the tiebreak for the
Tie-break's
final.
the first.
Yeah.
Is there a time? Is there the rest day before tiebreak or not?
No.
No.
Okay,
straight
okay.
in.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking maybe Esipenko is wants to celebrate with some more chess. Hey, he's a chess player. They do crazy things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would just go out and eat his fish and be happy.
He came joint first in Title Tuesday. He came second on tiebreaks in one of the first of the split this season. So I wouldn't be that shocked. He loves this chess, but probably the celebrations come first. And like Arian said, rook takes knight. We're going to see at least 2 more moves. But yeah, it's going to be over very, very soon. Esipenko. That will continue the tradition. Russia has always had a player in the candidates. This would have been the first time they.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
They've never not had a candidate. And we thought when Nepo got knocked out very early, probably that would continue. But Esipenko, he's risen up. And now this is the move. Or bishop takes knight. That's Aaron's
Which one would you go for?
Yeah. Queen e2 now, I've seen it. There we go.
Yeah.
It's just more satisfying, I think. Bishop takes f3 is a bit more like
But I feel like
business.
you play queen e2, like you can get a heart attack, but like bishop takes f3, you're just like safe. Yeah.
Yeah, true. No, but yeah, if I had 23 seconds, maybe I would have taken on f3 with the bishop.
Yeah.
But 23 minutes, like, there's enough time to
Yeah,
work it
yeah.
out.
That's very safe.
15 minutes left for Yakubayev. And just to clarify here, 23 minutes for Andre. There's no way that he's going to get in any kind of time trouble. There's nothing left unsaid. There's no tricks up the sleeve. This is settled, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think we can officially confirm that he's the one.
And there we go. It looks like we have confirmation. 1-0 pops up. And it is Black who won with forced mate in 7 on the board. Esipenko's in the candidates.
That is such a strong way of getting in here from Esipenko. I mean, to qualify through the World Cup, coming in here, it's amazing. I mean, we're talking about one of the greatest talents who's yet to prove what he can actually do on the big stage. Maybe this is his big stage.
Yeah, he's been a big talent for a very long time, and I'm very happy for him that he finally gets the chance for candidates. I can see him having the chances to win the event. Very strong player.
Do you think so too, David? Is he actually a candidate to win this?
I think he could definitely beat like some of the top guys. I'm not sure I could see him kind of avoiding too many defeats at the candidates. I don't know if he can win enough games, but yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to be a bit of a scary opponent. He's well prepared in his way, and he's got ideas everywhere, super confident. So I wouldn't be surprised if he causes a shock or two come next year in Cyprus.
I'm actually really curious to see if he's going to show up for Title Tuesday as well now, Esipenko. And I mean, it is such a good way to celebrate, though, to just kind of show yourself within what is the party of the chess GMs.
I'd be very surprised, though, because like now he's kind of on such a high. He's so happy and he can celebrate. But it's like, let's say, imagine if he plays Title Tuesday and he doesn't have he has like a bad tournament. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that that's going to overshadow the World Cup, but but why? Like, why just not enjoy that 100%, the feeling of qualifying?
I don't know. I think I would have fallen into that trap and taken the win regardless. But we're going to be on at 4:30 today, by the way, for the Title Tuesday. We're going to be talking about the candidates, right?
We are. We're going to be breaking it down, talk about who's qualified, who the favourites will be, wrap up what's been happening at the World Cup, and of course, looking forward to the big event of the week.
You know, we have a great streamer today.
Do we?
Arian Tari.
Looking forward to it.
No, I'm actually really looking forward to that. And what do you expect from today?
Actually, I've only played one Title Tuesday this season, so I'm not like too used to the time format. It's like 5 minutes without increment, so I've only played that once. But I mean, generally, I've always been a very big fan of playing Blitz and enjoy it. Don't have like too many expectations, but I'll give my best. Hope to get some scalps in.
We accept nothing less than top 5.
Okay, fair.
How's the format grown on you now, David? Do you like it?
Yeah, as a commentator, I love it. I think as a player, I would struggle with the lack of increment, but I kind of need that 1 second kind of buffer. But as a commentator, I love it, like the drama, the hype.
I thought it was interesting when we got. I was in Riyadh for the Esports World Cup and got to talk to all the players right after the games, and it was so mixed how the players were feeling. Everyone loved it, but how they actually coped with it, and I thought it was amazing how Magnus seemed to take this format with so much more of an intuitive knowledge of how to play this than some of the other players.
Like, the thing is, like, back in, I don't want to sound like a grumpy old man, but back in our day, when me and Magnus were growing up, it was quite normal to have no increment tournaments. So you'd have, even in classical chess, 2 hours for 40 moves, and then 1 hour, like, to finish the game. Or 1 hour for the next 20, then 30 minutes. And it was always till the death. Like, once you're in time trouble, you're in time trouble forever.
Even I remember that.
Even Arian remembers that.
Yeah, but even 4 minutes versus 3 minutes is almost time trouble.
Exactly. And I think some of the younger players, like even Alareza, like he's grown up mostly with, like, it's 3+2 over the board, for example.
Yeah.
Or, there's always at least a little bit. Title Tuesday was always 3+1. So I think it took a few players a bit of time to adjust. But Magnus, Hikaru, they're so experienced in every format. They have these little quirks, little tricks that help them get an extra edge, and I think the experienced players, it actually suits them, despite the fact on paper it should be even faster.
Yeah. Wei, Sidorov, anyone using this as a warm-up for tomorrow, you think?
It's possible. I don't think Wei actually plays so much Title Tuesday, but I know Sindarov does, so maybe we'll see Sindarov playing.
Yeah, and that could be interesting. That is a good person. I mean, it would be fun to follow Javokir Sindarov going in now, how seriously he's taking this, how he's playing, how much time he's using, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll learn a lot, like no matter what happens, and I can't wait for Title Tuesday now. That's all I can think about. You put it in my mind.
Yeah, it's 4:30 today, so we're starting a little bit earlier. I'm lucky I get to be the host today, so I'm taking over for Kaja. Excited to spend my time with you, David. I'm excited to be bothering you as much as possible as you're playing and bringing it into the studio afterwards.
I always love it when you bother me, so you're always welcome to do so.
I look forward to that. And thank you so much for getting to join in on your watch party, guys. I really appreciated that. And well, for everyone else, there is a new candidate member, Andrei Yesipenko. He's a worthy candidate, isn't he?
He's a worthy candidate. He's going to scare many of his opponents. He's young. He's yet to peak, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in action in a few months' time.
I was gonna finish up. I just got to ask one thing from Adrian first, because I didn't get to hear what Giri was saying when he was on earlier, because I saw him as taken off as I came in. But what do you think about Anish's chances in the candidates?
So yeah, it's interesting. Like, he was playing, his last candidates was in 2020, so he hasn't played for 5 years. I remember he said, like, it's debatable if, like, he's like more experienced than Prague, let's say, which is kind of funny considering how much younger Prague is. Yeah. But he was making the point that, like, Prague played the last candidates in 2024. So having that, like, the most recent candidate experience can be more important than, like, having the candidate experience, let's say 2018, 2020, 2016. I believe Anish played 2, like he played 2020 and 2016. I'm not sure if he played, I don't think he played in 2018.
Yeah, his top level is so high.
Yeah, his top level is so high. But Anish was generally saying that everyone is like 1/8 of a chance, but Fabi has maybe a bit more considering the consistency recently, and has been so close to the crown. He was just, like, talking a bit about the players and the format in general.
Do we think that when it comes to Fabiano, but also Nakamura, that they're going to be taking their prep even more seriously than the others?
I think they all will take it. They'll give 100% everyone. The young guys, they don't know anything other than giving 100%. But I think it will mean more, maybe, to the older guys, because they know it might be the last hurrah. Hikaru, about to be a dad. Like, I don't know if he's going to go on the grand tour of the US, going on the rating grind, just to get the spot in 2 years' time. So I think for Hikaru especially, I think it's been a lifelong dream.
I'm going to follow your t-shirt right now, David. It's going to be Tuesday. We're going to be here at 4:30 Central European time. That is 10:30 on the East Coast in the US. It's about 3:30 on British time for you, David. Just make sure that you know what's going on, because we're going to have a good time. We're going to be enjoying ourselves, and we're going to be watching Arian Tari do the streaming today. And we have Magnus Carlsen playing from vacation. It's going to be a good time. Be with us. And until then, we have our candidates ready. Let's sit back and enjoy having also Andrei Yesipenko as the final member. See you guys later.
Here we go.